Streaming? Start. Oh, come on, OBS with this streaming mode stuff. I might have to stretch this out. What are you promoting, the Blair Witch Project?
No, it's the Flare Witch Project.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you might as well, right?
Yeah.
After tonight? Woo, someone will pay me again. OBS is being a pain in the ass. Alright, I will put this link out. We have the Alchemist in the live chat. We have It's VB in the live chat. Let me get this link out, get my glasses on.
Excuse me.
Okay, now let's paste. We are live. Get everybody in here. And then I want to go here, let everybody know over here. We are live. Okay. I don't want to hear from anybody else. We're live. ACR is here.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? Got a lot of big news to talk about here.
Oh, yeah, we do.
I'll be following your lead.
Yeah, because I don't have... We'll figure it out.
Rolling with the punches.
I think I have a couple things. But
so, I'm going to open it. Well, let's just do the intro.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to Game Complainers, episode 515. I'm your host, Art.
Co-host Nick.
There you go.
Oh, I didn't know who was Nick. Okay.
No, he's always the third man's always last.
Okay. Gotcha.
Go ahead.
Co-host Nick.
I'm Fred.
There we go.
Brandon P. Stevie Mac. What's going on, guys?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Brandon
Everybody
P.
in the live chat room over here. Come on in. We're early because we don't watch AEW anymore.
They're probably like, this guy's back again when they see me just pop up.
Yeah, no.
Like, Jesus Christ.
That's all right. Your family here. You ain't going anywhere.
That's right. We love Nick.
Nick is a staple on this channel forever.
Yeah.
Eli's in the chat. Eli is with Michinoku Pro over there. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yes, I did. I've seen this stuff online.
He's joining the
Good
Japanese
shit.
NWO again over there.
The Japanese.
Wow.
Good shit, Eli. What's going on, bro?
The fake Anthony has returned. Hey, we don't call him that.
The fake Anthony. That's funny.
That's not nice,
I like that.
That's not nice.
I like that.
Yeah, well, you know what? At least he's giving you content in the next 2 weeks. Where's Anthony?
Damn. Damn. He's in a whole other state. He's in a whole other state, bro. He's in a whole other state.
David R., what's up? The Luzzy Complainers. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So earlier I streamed that Microsoft partner preview thing. That was a horrible show.
So what did it involve? Like, what was?
So you're expecting like third-party games that are like pretty decent. They show all indie titles. It's an indie game with a girl. It's like a cel-shaded Zelda, but it's not. It's like a Starbucks version of Zelda. And they literally they show the girl. One of the quests is to lay down in bed and sleep, and you see the sun go up and go down in the background. And then she's taking a sword out, hitting people around town with it. But it's like a current. It's like if a hipster girl went to like a hipster town. It's sort of like
it sounds very Japanese. It sounds.
I think it was made by people in Finland or Germany or something. I don't even think it's Japanese.
Wow.
I forgot the name of this game. It's coming to Game Pass. And I'm putting my head down. I was like, this is games? Like, this is what's going on now? Nick with the clutch, says ACR. He's
Mhm.
always got the clutch, man.
Yeah.
Um, so we saw stuff like that. A lot of indie titles. The only breakouts were RoboCop and Alan Wake 2. And it's 2023, and I'm talking about how great RoboCop is. So, there you go. It was a horrible show. There was nothing worthy of a third party in that thing. And now with the PlayStation, the big news, right? The disk drive is going to require an internet connection if you want to upgrade your disk drive. So if you buy the PlayStation 5 Slim digital,
Okay.
and you decide to blow the extra cash for a disk drive, you can put the disk drive in, but you can't just start playing games. You got to connect to the internet, and it's got to, like, I don't know, marry the disk drive with the motherboard or something.
Jesus.
So they're
Now-
selling a separate disk drive for the digital version, but it has DRM.
That's what they're
Is that what you're
saying.
saying?
I
Okay.
think that you put the disk drive in, and
Yeah.
it needs to, like, update the firmware or something, like you would, like,
Yeah.
with the controllers and stuff. Like, every time there's
Yeah.
a system update, it says, "Hey, update the controller, or else it's not going to work."
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think it's something like that. And people, I think, are, I think they're overreacting.
Overreacting, yeah.
Oh, you need to always be online to use the discs. It's like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
what people are saying on Twitter, and it's just blowing up. It's Xbox One all over again.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the
ever
di-
since people found out about the whole DRM shit, like back in the day, now anytime they hear about something having to connect to the internet,
yeah,
they're like, "Oh my god!" It's like, no, there's other reasons you would have to connect to the internet for
I know,
it.
and
So.
it's ridiculous. Everyone,
I guess we'll have-
preservation. How will we play our games in 35 years when the servers are down? It's like, bro, everything's going digital next year. Like 2024 is it.
Yeah, it's heading that way. I mean, you just can't delay the inevitable.
You can't
really.
even buy
I mean,
physical games after this holiday season. Walmart will no longer carry physical games. Best Buy is already going out of business. And when you go to Best Buy, there's like 12 games on the shelf.
Yeah.
Target, you go to Target, there's maybe about 10 to 15 games on the shelf.
Yeah.
All the refresh consoles next year are all digital. It's on its way, man. So
Yeah.
I think people need to get with it. I would say at end of life for your consoles, jailbreak them. You can back up your own files legally, burn it on 25 different Blu-rays. If you love the disc so much and you want to stick it up your ass, you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go to Micro Center, get a stack of Blu-ray discs, costs like $25. Get a Blu-ray burner, they're like $20. So for $40, you can put them on as many discs as you want. Or you can just go get an SSD like everybody else and put them on there. Richard's in the live chat. What's going on? I think people are just overreacting like they always do with this stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, your phone's connected to the internet. Nothing is not connected to the internet. That's the world we live in now. Even
everything's
Spider-Man's
connected to the
suit
internet.
in the game is connected to the internet.
Yeah.
There's a scene where he gets knocked out and it goes offline. And then it goes back online.
Yeah.
He 3D prints a drone in the game with his hands.
Yeah.
And that has Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Everything's connected to the internet.
9 times out of 10 people have internet nowadays. 9 times out of 10.
Well, dude, we were looking at, because it's a side topic, but like our refrigerator, like in the garage went, so we had to look for new fridges or whatever. And I was looking at some of the fridges that are out there. They all have fucking Wi-Fi and like apps, and like I'm like, why does my fridge need an app? And like they're like, oh, you could check the ESPN scores on your fridge. I'm like, why? Like, why would I need that?
Your TV's like not even like a foot away or something.
One of them had like a camera inside of it, so you could actually, with an app, and you could actually like say if you were at the grocery store, like, oh, do I need eggs? You can actually like look in the
Jesus
camera
Christ.
in your fridge through the app on your phone. I'm like, that's
Wow.
kind of cool, but why do I need that? Like, why do I fucking need that? But like everything, like you said, everything is connected to the internet now.
That is insane.
Everything
Everything.
is.
Let me check how the
Everything.
bananas are doing. Hold on, give me a second. Oh
Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
Right here.
It's how I mean, you see, yeah, you
Look
see,
at that.
you see how like especially with the emergence of stuff like AI this past year and everything else like that's happening. It's only going to get worse.
Mhm.
It's only going to get worse if you're not a fan of having everything connected to the internet. Oh, everything's going to be connected.
Cameron called it. James Cameron.
Yeah,
Not the
yeah.
rapper.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no, it's I can understand why people are suspect of it. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I think that it's just the internet being the internet.
The king
The internet
is
is
in the
complaining
building.
about the internet.
Yeah.
Internet section.
Well, I want to talk about, speaking of the internet, the Metal Gear collection that's on the Switch right now. It's on the cartridge, right? You
Yeah.
buy it. It's full price. It's on the cartridge. You put the cartridge in. Guess what? The games aren't on the cartridge.
What?
You put in the thing. You put the cartridge in. All the tiles come up on the Switch. When you go to play one of the games, it says, you need to download a day one update in order to play the games, because the day one update is the game.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, what's the point of putting it on a cartridge?
Yeah. Yeah, what's the point of that?
So they robbed everybody. That's Konami for everyone. Try it.
That's
Someone in the chat room, go out and buy it tomorrow. Keep your Switch offline. Pop it in there, see if you can play.
If I had to guess though, wouldn't that cost them? It cost them more money which was one of the reasons why people want to go all digital, is that it costs money for these companies to like distribute like actual physical copies,
right?
And so going digital would be cheaper. So why would they put out and go through that time and money to distribute a cartridge that had no games on?
Well, that's a good
that
question.
seems like it's a waste. That seems like a waste.
That's a good question, because Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 1, I know for Mortal Kombat 11, if you pop in the game with no day one update, out of the people you're supposed to get, you only get access to 5 characters. Now, when you do the day one update, everyone that you bought originally from that cartridge is unlocked. So,
okay.
So Switch, Nintendo was supposed to make like 128 gigabyte cartridges years ago.
Yeah.
But they were like, we're going to charge developers like twice the amount that a 128 SD card is.
Yeah.
And a lot of developers were like, we'll just take the 16 gig cart and we'll just make the rest a day one update. So a lot of people buying these physical Switch collections, a lot of those games aren't on the cartridge.
So that's on Nintendo then, because they didn't make bigger.
Well, it's
cartridges.
Nintendo was going to do it, but developers were like, no, we don't want to pay extra.
Oh,
we're good.
Okay.
So,
okay, got you.
And it just goes to show the devs don't care. They just want to make the money.
Yeah.
So you could try that. Now, Nintendo games, like actual Nintendo games, they're on the cartridge, so you don't have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
But like third-party games, forget it. It is what it is. Speaking of games on a disc or on a cartridge, Insomniac put a statement out about Spider-Man 2. The game is completely on the disc. You don't even need to download the day one update, but we recommend it. So, what happens? Miles Morales, he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
In the game, you go to his house, he's got the Cuban flag on his fucking wall.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. They put the wrong flag in.
No.
I saw that.
Don't worry. They will patch it. So,
yeah.
You touted everything was on the disc, and you screwed everything up.
They put I did see that. I saw that on Twitter. I thought it was a meme. I didn't think it was real.
It was
real.
I
did see that on Twitter.
They put a statement out, I think 48 hours after people were complaining about it.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he walks in his house, got the Cuban flag on his wall. It's like, what?
Wow.
Bro, I know we have some Puerto Rican people in our chat room, and they are fucking pissed.
That's crazy because I did see that on Twitter and I laughed because I thought it was just like somebody photoshopped it or something.
Yeah.
It's
Now I'm
Insomniac
looking
being
at an
stupid.
article right now. I like that just seems like something that you gotta like. That's not. You can't do that. That's
That's
not.
not something you just like brush off. Like, we'll get.
Yeah,
No,
They
you
did.
like
we can do it. Jesus Christ.
So
that's insane.
For somebody that touted that everything was on the disc, yeah, you got the wrong flag on that disc. So enjoy.
Everything's still on the disc, though. It's still on the disc.
You don't.
We didn't say everything was.
update.
We didn't say everything was correct on the disc.
Yeah.
We just said it's on the disc.
That's true.
But that's crazy, bro. That's wild.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cuban flag. That's. Bruh.
How did they even? How? How did they do that?
I don't know.
That's impressive that they fucked it up. That.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. The Kings.
And this is on MB. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, what?
No, this is on NBC News. It says record-breaking Spider-Man video game confuses Puerto Rican and Cuban flags. It's the front page of NBC News, not just a game, not just like a gaming news. This is NBC News / Latino in the Latino section of NBC News. It says players of the highly anticipated video game Marvel's Spider-Man 2 took to social media to ask developers to correct a few scenes which have confused the Puerto Rican and the Cuban flags in a game known to celebrate the main character's Puerto Rican heritage. The character Miles Morales, recognized by fans as one of the few Latino mainstream superheroes. When Insomniac released the new PlayStation 5 game featuring Morales on Friday, it included at least 2 scenes in which the Puerto Rican and Cuban flags were mixed up, which fans pointed out over the weekend. The company is reportedly working to fix the mistake as of Tuesday. There's no specific time for the fix has been provided. In one scene, Morales' Spanish Harlem family home, the flag displayed is not of his native Puerto Rico, but of Cuba, social media pointed out. The Cuban flag appears a second time in a street scene. While the flags are designed similarly with a single star inside the triangle and 3 colored stripes accompanied by 2 white stripes, their colors are inverted. The Cuban flag is a red triangle and 3 blue stripes, while the Puerto Rican flag is a blue triangle and 3 red stripes. Says shortly after the recent game, James Stevenson, Insomniac Games Director, Community Marketing Director, said fix is coming for that. And in response to a post from a user on Twitter who praised developers for representing the Puerto Rican culture in the game while also requesting to fix the mix-ups. The Puerto Rican flag is correctly featured in other parts of the game, such as that's the thing. They correctly show it in other parts of the game, but how do you have it correct in one area and then not correct in the other 2 areas?
It should be correct in his house. I mean, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, really.
ACR says the flags are very similar, though. Right, but this game costs how much?
Yes. Yeah, that almost leads me to believe if some of it's right,
over
$1 million,
they couldn't get one thing right about the main
$1 million.
character?
That's $1 million. That's on the low end. And now, if
500 million,
if I'm reading this correctly, and some of it's right and some of it's wrong, like they have the Puerto Rican flag in other parts of the game, this leads me to believe that when they were making the game, it was all the Cuban flag. Somebody pointed it out, like, yo, that's the wrong flag. They went back and fixed everything else, but they left 2 scenes in and forgot that they forgot about. And then it got put out with the 2 scenes they forgot to fix. That's what this seems like.
Was the guy doing this like colorblind or something? Like,
I don't know.
Like, it was like, oh, there's 1 star. There's like, oh yeah, we're good.
maybe he was maybe he was being crunched at Insomniac.
Yeah.
So he got mad and did that.
Yeah, it's probably some white dude who's like, yeah, they're the same. Let's just throw it on there. Like, and it's just like, yeah, it's good enough. It's like not fit. You got to have at least one Hispanic or Cuban or Puerto Rican dude in there that's like, yo, that ain't right.
He's just there doing the program. It's like, Joe, it's time for break. He's like, oh crap.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah, like Jesus
Cuban
Christ,
crunch.
man.
That sounds like a sandwich, Richard.
But have you talked about the game at all yet, Perry? About like how you feel about the game or played it or?
No, I got it the other day on. I bought that Spider-Man console. It came with it, so I took the code out of the box. The PlayStation. I'm gonna take the plates off that thing and put white plates on and try to sell it because I don't need it. Because I'm gonna get the PlayStation 5 Slim
Yeah.
So I can do an unboxing next month for everybody. Apparently, that's in a Call of Duty 3 bundle. So
Yeah,
the
I did
Slim is
see that.
debuting. The PlayStation 3 Slim is debuting with an Xbox game.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah,
Well,
really quick. The King says, my grandpa and uncle are Puerto Rican. Well, I'm part Puerto Rican myself, so that's why I'm talking about this subject. And I'm laughing and having a good time. Not laughing at, other people on purpose or anything. I just think
no,
that,
it's just
Jesus and Eli are also Puerto Rican, and they were not happy with this flag in the game.
Yeah.
So there's quite a few of us in the chat room there, and we had a discussion about this, and it was kind of like, man, what the fuck? Anyway.
So how do you feel about the game? I haven't played it yet.
I played this morning. I played a little bit on day of release, probably about 20, 30 minutes. But this morning, I couldn't stop playing this game. I played almost 2 hours.
I'm hearing really good things about it.
The game is really good. If you want to go out, if you want to get a place, if you want to play the game, just go out and buy a PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
I would say go get a PS5, get the Miles Ultimate Edition, and grab this one. Miles Ultimate Edition comes with Spider-Man for PS5. Because a lot of people don't know that Spider-Man on PS5 is only digital. There is no physical copy of that game. Miles Morales, there's a physical. Whatever. I would just buy them all digital. Because this one is obviously digital, so. I would just get a PlayStation 5, just play those 3 games, and have fucking fun. They are the games to play if you want a PlayStation. And I was having a ball playing this game. So I will probably stream it at some point during the week.
It looks like a ton of fun.
This is just the opening intro, and you're already in a boss fight.
Yeah.
The game has a lot of cinematics.
Yeah.
And they do a flashback. They do a flashback, and they actually stole the Tobey Maguire Peter Parker look with the hair and the big glasses.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he looks exactly like Tobey Maguire in those scenes.
Wow.
Harry Osborn looks like Justin Bieber from back in the day with the freaking hat on his
with
head.
the hair. Yeah.
The hair sticking out of the hat, like freaking Final Fantasy Cloud.
Yeah. Because I did see on Twitter it said it sold 2.5 million copies in the first 24 hours,
which
broke the record.
You know what sold 2 million copies? Halo 2 on release, but that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, this was broke the record for the fastest selling game of the year and the fastest selling PlayStation Studios game. So. Yeah, I mean it's getting a lot of praise, and I mean, and I know we're poking fun at Insomniac for fucking up with the flag, but they do a great job. Like they really do. They really for years they've made some really fucking good games that I've really enjoyed.
They're solid.
So no, I mean, I'm happy that there's really good, especially for the last couple of years. Like I mean, I think. In the last, since I've been getting older, superhero games are getting better. But back when I was growing up, superhero games were kind of they were pretty ass.
Yeah, they were
when they were, But ever since we had the Arkham games for Batman, and now with Spider-Man and other stuff like that, it's I remember I played Batman and Robin on the PlayStation. That game was trash. Holy shit, that was a garbage game. That was so bad.
Try Superman 64.
Oh my god! So yeah, that was. I don't know if they've still. I don't think they've made a good Superman game yet. But that was.
They never have. I think the what was it? The Death of Superman on Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
that was I think, beat 'em up. Okay, there is one good Superman game. It's the arcade game that came out in the 80s.
Yeah, okay.
That's like the best Superman game ever.
Yeah. Made. Yeah, I know, I think at one point, correct me, I could be wrong, but I remember that they were going to try to get the Arkham people to make a Superman game, and it just fell through. And it just fell through. Whatever happened, it got canceled.
It fell through, or it was just a big rumor. Because we were hearing about this Rocksteady Superman game up to a few years ago, and I was like, bro, It's been like I've been hearing this for fucking 10 years. Where's the game?
Since the first Gotham game came out and was a huge success, that's when after that it was like, yo, there's going to be a Superman one as well, and it just never happened. And that was what 2000. First Arkham game came out in what, like 2009, 2008,
something like that.
So like, yeah. So I mean, but
wasn't there a Superman game on Atari too?
Yeah, but that was before my time. That was way before your time too.
Don't ask me why I know that. Don't ask me how I know that.
I might have it in that box of games that guy traded in.
Yeah.
Somebody traded in a box of Atari. I'm like, I don't want this stuff. Nobody buys this stuff. But I do have the Atari with the HDMI pre-ordered. It comes out in November.
Nice.
So I'll probably check that out.
I'm about to do that too. Yeah, I can get it for my dad.
I'm playing side missions after beating it, says Richard. Swinging around doesn't get old. No, it's a great game. I enjoy it. And it's being returned just as quickly. Jamie says, Jamie, what's up? Oh my God, I feel old because 03 was 20 years ago. I 100% the game in 27 hours. What?
Wow.
I have a spoiler for the new Marvel movie post credits. Does Iron Man get a Christmas sweater at the end?
Jarvis, give me my Christmas sweater.
I'll take the Atari stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever Fred doesn't take, Jamie if you want it, I'll mail you the damn box.
Yeah.
There's an Atari in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm getting my dad the Atari with the HDMI. He's gonna look at this like, what the fuck?
Where did you steal this?
Where'd you steal this out?
Did you have this modified?
I stole it at a Best Buy.
It's literally the Atari, but they just put an HDMI port on the back of it. Like they changed nothing, and you could put cartridges in it.
Wow.
And it's coming out in November, and it's going to be like $125 or something like that.
Wow.
I ordered one because I never really... I have Ataris because of the store, but I never owned an Atari. So I'm going to get one, unbox it, check it out, stream it. And shout out to Aver Media. I got my new capture card, the Ultra Gamer 2.1.
I saw a video on that on YouTube. Yeah.
Because Elgato put a statement out a couple of years ago saying, nobody needs 120 hertz pass-through. And I'm like... But now, today, Elgato put up their brand new 8K freaking capture cards with no date and no price yet. And I'm like, thanks. You only put that up because these guys just released this thing last week.
Yeah.
So that's why you need competition, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So now I got this thing, and I have to see when Elgato's going to release their stuff, because I might have to get that instead. This thing is okay, but it doesn't really do 4K 120 pass-through. Because in OBS, at least, when I do 4K, the audio is screwed up. So I'm down to like 1440p at like 21 whatever.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good reviews on it. But I mean, there's a guy I watch. His name's like Harris Heller. He does like a lot of streaming stuff. He likes videos about like Twitch streaming, and he does like a lot of these products like capture cards and cameras and shit like that. He gave a really good review on it, saying that like if you buy this, there might not be another capture card you need after this one, like because it's good.
Yeah, no. Once you get the 120,
for most people,
once you get the 120 hertz, you're good. I needed the pass through because what happened was, I was streaming and I couldn't enjoy the TV with the games, with the pass through. I would always be capped at 60. And I had two Xboxes, one plugged directly into the TV, so when I wasn't streaming, I could play, and then one that I was streaming at 60 hertz. And it got to the point where I'm like, I need a new one, and I was waiting and waiting. Aver Media came out over the summer, said, "Hey, we're releasing this. It's going to be $800." I was like, $800? What happened? And then I said, "Forget that, man." And then 2 weeks ago, it just went up on Amazon at $299. I was like, okay, give me that.
Mm-hmm.
I got it, unboxed it. I redid my cabling today. I got all brand new HDMI cables. I got the 8K splitter. So I got the systems over here. Everything's good to go.
Nice.
Took the one Xbox out of here. So now I got one machine that does everything, and that's it.
Nice.
So I got Xbox, Switch, PlayStation. When that Slim comes out, this thing looks like a tombstone, okay? Because it's standing up. Hopefully that Slim is a little bit shorter, and I can replace it, but I don't know. I'm getting kind of tired of Sony's crap. Fix the issues? Yes. I kind of do want the 2600 plus with the HDMI. I think you should check it out, man. They show the Beast for the old X-Men movies. Was he hanging upside down? I finally played an hour or so of Hogwarts. Isn't that on free trial or something?
I haven't even played that yet.
Yeah, no. When it comes to Hogwarts, I say pirate.
I'm excited to play Dead Space tomorrow on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass right now.
Is it right now?
Right now.
Nice. I'll download that app to stream.
Dead Space Remake, which came out in January of this year, is on Game Pass.
Nice.
But, Game Pass sucks, right?
Oh, it's terrible.
According to these Sony guys.
Now, were you happy? I'm guessing you guys were happy. You guys were happy finally about the whole deal going through. Finally, right? I'm guessing. I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah, but it feels like we all got fucking played because this guy's like, yeah, we're not going to put him in this year. Maybe next year. I'm like, what?
What? Well, they. It takes. It's going to take. From what I was reading and from what
I know, I saw the interview with Phil Spencer.
Wait, it's just that there was like a lot of litigation, like because like legally they couldn't do anything like until the deal was finalized. And if you want to blame anybody, blame the people who held up the fucking deal.
Yeah.
And the UK and all the other people that were trying to like block this deal, because if this went through 6-7 months ago, they probably, because the original plan was to have them all ready by this time.
Yeah, I know. You know what I think happened? Because the deal got pushed because of all the interference, I think Bobby Kotick was like, well, I could get another $1 billion paycheck if I just not put that game on Game Pass. Yep. And I think the minute he's out of there, all that shit's going to go in.
Yeah.
So you're looking at January.
So this is the last year of exclusivity for PlayStation for the beta and stuff like that, because they would get early access. That's why you're seeing the Modern Warfare bundles with PlayStation, because they had the deal for the last like 7. I think it's just like Black Ops 3 or some shit. They've had a deal,
right? And apparently Sony got out of the deal because they had the deal for another couple of years. And Sony was like, you know what? We'll take a buyout because we don't want to promote your product.
Yeah,
which is hilarious because the Slim is going to launch with the Xbox game.
Yeah,
makes no sense.
So anything, so anything after MW3, anything after MW3 is gonna not have exclusivity. So, which I think is a good, which I think is for a game like Call of Duty, is better that it's available.
It'll be good because now when skins come out, everyone can just buy it, and if everyone can buy it at the same time, more money for Microsoft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I don't think people understand. They want to make their money back. And they can make their money back on Call of Duty and Candy Crush.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
They just need those 2 games. Like, they don't really need any of the other games.
I was shocked that they didn't do the, if you buy the game digital, you get it a week early, like last year. Remember that?
Yeah.
Bobby Kotick pulled that crap. And everyone double dipped.
I missed the midnight releases for Call of Duty.
But
no, you don't. You would go there at midnight and leave there at 2:00 in the morning because it took them forever to ring people up. I remember when GameStop used to let people trade shit in at midnight.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then they changed it a couple of years later to you got to trade it in before 9 p.m. before we close, and then when we do midnight, you could use your credit.
It's cool nostalgia to think about the midnight releases and stuff, but I don't miss sitting in those fucking lines. It was funny because you would just see, especially like depending on the game you went to, you would just see some random shit. Like there would be people bringing grills and they would be grilling burgers in the middle of the line. At least at my GameStop, like this guy literally would come every midnight release. You could ask Ant with a grill in the back of his fucking pickup truck and just fucking like he was at a fucking Eagles tailgate, just fucking flinging burgers at a fucking. It was funny.
Tailgating.
yeah. No, I mean, it was, but it was like, there's certain moments like that. And, But it's just like I don't miss because you had to get in line at like fucking like
Early.
I would have to go directly because because Anthony used to work at ShopRite, which was a grocery store chain on the East Coast.
Yep,
People don't know.
Yep.
And the ShopRite was in the same plaza as the GameStop. So he would leave ShopRite and go right in the line, and then have to leave. I would have to leave work and go meet him in the line. Like that's literally how they would happen. This is like the later years we were doing. This was like for like Resident Evil and shit. We were doing this, but like back when I was in high school, we were doing the Gears of War midnight releases, the Call of Duty midnight releases, the Halo midnight releases, because this is when all the games came out on like a Tuesday. So we were just we would just go there, I would not be in school the next day, and I would just be playing whatever the fuck game we got for the whole next day. Like just it was just nuts.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
This guy, I went to the MW3 midnight release.
Yeah.
And this whole the line was like being held up. This guy brought his whole console to trade in and a whole bunch of games. And it was literally like just this one person, and they were short staffed at GameStop that night. There was only one person behind the freaking.
They always
Yeah,
they got one dude working and it's like there's like a line of like 150 people. It's I feel bad for the guy because he's got to fucking deal with all this shit. I mean, GameStop always treated the workers like fucking dog shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, you should have heard this, like some of the stuff that the people were saying, like to this guy that was training. They're like, blah 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 blah. Like it was insane. Like because he like bought like his whole console and traded a whole bunch of games in too. It took like maybe almost like a half hour. I'm like, come on, man.
RWK88 with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. So sorry I'm late. Hello, everyone. Awesome show. Well,
Thanks,
if you're late, that's fine. It's not a big deal. You can
right.
always rewind. We don't charge a rewinding fee like freaking Blockbuster.
How dare? Oh yeah, that's right. I remember the rewind.
Dude, they tried to milk you for everything. Oh, you never rewind the tape? $3.99 fee. It's like, what?
Oh, you need to stick the tape up your ass? Oh, $5.99 fee.
Bro, they were Blockbuster was something else.
It was interesting. Do you see they're doing work over there by where the Blockbuster is by us? Like where it was?
Yeah, they're building a O'Reilly's Auto Parts store.
Oh yeah.
Because we have AutoZone over there, and we got the other place. There's another auto place over there. So now there's going to be 3 of them.
All
it's
competing.
Right next to it's right next to a Valvoline.
Yeah, I know. So
Jesus,
it's like a triforce of like auto parts stores.
You could get fucked 6 ways from Sunday over there. Now no one ever gets for the GameStop anymore, even on Black Friday. GameStop doesn't sell games. That's why. I don't think people understand some GameStop. Whenever you go in there, they don't have the games. You know why? They don't have the money to order the games. When you pre-order a game, that's when they put their order in for that game. You can go there and be like, hey, you got Spider-Man 2 could come out. You got Spider-Man 2? We only got 4 copies because 4 people pre-ordered it. Oh, you don't have any more? Nope. Because they don't take the hit.
This GameStop is crap. It's running out of money.
Well, they're next. I mean, once Best Buy closes, once all these places stop carrying games, you can't trade games in anymore. You go to GameStop, they don't have the fucking new games anyway. What are you going to buy? GameStop's dead. Like, you can't buy games at Best Buy or Target we don't know when they're getting rid of their games, but soon, I guess. Best Buy and Walmart won't be carrying games soon. So you can't buy games to bring in to trade in. And then GameStop doesn't have money to get new games. So they're dead in the water. So it's going to be a lot of these retailers are going to close in 2024, 2025. And a lot of people are going to get pissed off and upset because I'm already mad they're shutting the Best Buy down by my house.
Yep.
And then the ones that they recommend me to go to in Middletown, it's a graveyard. It just has all open box TV. You can walk in and see the back.
Yeah.
It's like a former shell of itself. You go to the camera section, there's like cameras on display, but there's none in the lockup case. You see all the drones on display, there's no drones in the case. It looks like somebody robbed the place. So I will say one thing though. I got copies for the shop. Nobody bought Spider-Man. So I returned everything. I returned the stuff to Target. I had like 4 copies of Spider-Man I returned to Target. The lady's like, okay, no problem, right? She takes a box cutter out, opens the sealed games up, checks them, puts a sticker on them, and puts them away. I got a full refund. And then I returned a brand new Apple Watch because I bought the small one by accident. So I ordered the big one, and they mailed me the big one. The small one I got store pickup. I return it with the Spider-Man. She opens it, takes the watch out, looking at it, touching it, and everything. And then she puts it back in the box order, puts a sticker on it, and gave me a full refund. I don't know if they're resealing this shit. And they're selling this new. Why do
they have to check it anyway? If it's obvious.
Bro, she took out a box cutter like this long.
I know Walmart used to do that before. They did that before because I remember
people would reseal it with no game in there. That's why.
Well, I remember it would be like, because usually now if you go to Walmart, it will say like open box on it or something if it was opened.
Yep.
Right. It won't say like, it won't be like completely sealed. It'll have like a yellow tag on it or something. But I remember I think we bought, like, this is years ago. We bought like a printer or something, and it was missing the power cord. And it was when I opened the box up, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that was a return." I'm like, "Well, you had it just sealed up like the rest of the other printers, right next to the brand new ones, you know, like with no markings on it that it was returned." You know, and it was just like, so
my brother-in-law years ago, it was like 10 years ago, they bought me a Roku, and I was like, what the hell's a Roku? You don't know what that is?
Yeah,
brother?
yeah.
So I go home. The box looks like somebody took their car keys and ripped the seal on it. I was like, whatever. I fucking hook up the Roku. It has somebody's credit card information and address already on it.
Oh my god.
The guy used it and fucking returned it and didn't even take his info off of there. And they just put it back on the shelf.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, that was weird.
You could have been ordering movies and shit.
Get the premium edition. Like, get the premium on YouTube.
Had the guy's name and had it. It was over here. The guy's he was right around here. His address.
That's wild.
What went wrong with Best Buy? The managers kept stealing for years, even when I worked there 20 years ago. And then they did all these promotions and shit that just killed them. You don't understand, Jamion. Okay? They would steal. I worked in the Yonkers Best Buy, okay? The manager stole everything. We were closed for Christmas. Christmas Day we were closed. On the 26th, when we went into work, the store was empty. And they didn't file a police report or nothing. We had I think $8,000 worth of 360 games just gone. And they were in the lockup case.
Wow.
I mean, there was more shit missing. There was hard drives missing, flat panels missing. The managers basically went there on Christmas Day and just fucking took everything. We had a guy from Minnesota from corporate, Best Buy corporate, come down and work in our store to see what the hell was going on. And we would tell him, be like, yo, it's the managers. And he's like, we don't really see evidence of that. And I'm like, bro, you came down here for what?
Yeah.
Like, your job is what? You're down here to find out what's going on. And we're telling you. We're coming to work and shit's missing. Like, it's ridiculous.
You're literally telling them, like, yo, there's the hole where the treasure is. Go over there.
Well, every time that shit was missing, they would look and the cameras were pointing at the ceiling.
Oh.
Damn. But what happened was they were stealing because we had what they called shrink, which was like a threshold of the store, how much money the store could lose every year.
Yeah.
And if you didn't lose money that year, the employees got a bonus. We basically got that money as a bonus. Those motherfuckers, they made it so that it just hit right where it would be like no money left in the threshold. We never got bonuses.
Jeez.
Because of that. So they stole the fucking item, they sold it, and nobody got bonuses. But they got their salaries, though, because they're fucking managers. But we got fucked. So Best Buy, rest in peace, because they didn't take care of their company.
Yep.
When you had the guy from Minnesota telling me, yeah, we don't really see that right now. I'm like, bro, who's doing it? Someone's coming in here and taking this stuff. There's no police reports. There's nothing going on. It's ridiculous. Shrink is bad. Some guy at Walmart bought a cartoon movie for his kid, and it was, that happened over with us. I thought the guy was prank calling me. He bought a Disney movie for his kid, and he calls me. He goes, there's a horse in the video, or whatever. I'm like, I hung up because I thought it was a prank call. And the guy called back, and he talked to the LP department. It wasn't really a department, it was a podium. And he was like, I'm coming in there. I want to know who that guy was that hung up on me. And the LP guy was like, bro, just go work in the back. So I worked in the back room for like an hour, and he came back there, and he's like, that guy came in. He was really mad.
Wow.
He's like, that.
Jeez.
Because, again, people would buy DVDs, slice them open, and return the empty case sealed. They would reseal them. Or they would put, print out a label to be stupid and put it over like a disc or whatever and return it. It would be whatever, like you're saying in the chat room, okay? RWK says GameStop might be the last place on earth to actually buy physical games. I don't know. They might be. Might be Target.
Yeah.
Walmart's going to stop selling games after this Christmas. They will no longer carry video games.
Did they announce that? They announced that?
It wasn't announced, but it's basically like an internal memo that got out.
Oh, okay.
And Target already started condensing their physical movies. They're not really going to carry that anymore. Best Buy will no longer carry physical movies after this holiday, as well as online. On Best Buy's website, they will not carry any movies.
Wow.
And Target's going to do it. And, Amazon's going to do it next. No, Amazon's going to carry physical games. You really think they're going to waste that shelf space when everyone else is getting rid of it? Amazon's going to be like, get out of here. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
It's becoming an ocean of digital. Yes, it is. Well, what I'm really mad about Best Buy closing, because they're going to close, the CEO just dumped a bunch of stock last month. Right when they announced a bunch of closures. So I don't think they're going to make it too far into 2024.
No.
But I'm going to be mad because you can't just go out and buy a TV anymore.
Y'all order it online.
Order it online. And then Amazon's already been dropping the ball. I order shit and it doesn't show up. My wife ordered stuff last week because she went on a trip. She ordered the car adapter and the cables for it and everything. And it said Prime shipping 2 days. That was a week ago. She left today and stuff still isn't here. She tried to cancel it. And they're like, oh, but we're preparing for shipping. We can't cancel the order right now. What are you doing? It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but just think, when these stores close, Amazon's going to be backed up like a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
That Prime shipping is going to turn into Prime weekly shipping.
Yeah.
They got to hire delivery drivers. They got to pay those guys. If they don't pay them right, they strike. Then nobody gets any fucking packages. It's going to be a fucking nightmare.
Yep. They got to raise the prices of the pay. They have to raise the prices of the product now, too.
It's time for Overstock.com to come back. That's a joke. Overstock.com basically was Amazon.
Yeah. I
until
remember
Amazon fucking stopped selling books and sold shit.
Yeah, no, I remember way back in the day, we got you can find shit for cheap on there too. Like we got fucking what was it? It was a CD player and speakers for my dad's truck. Like he needed new speakers. It was Pioneer speakers and it was CD player. It was under $100. It was something stupid.
Yeah,
I don't even know how they got it that cheap, but they used to find shit on Overstock.com for cheap.
They let Amazon steal their idea, and they were like, yeah, okay, cool. And they disappeared. They sold to 10 different corporations, and now they're still around, but they're not as big as they should have been. Amazon stole their idea.
Yeah.
Amazon sold fucking books and movies. They weren't selling shit. But it's time. Time for some competition.
Yeah.
Amazon's gonna start screwing people. I bet they already are. It's already starting. The Walmart and Target near me has no DVDs or Blu-ray movies. Yeah, they pulled them then. It's over, man. The party's over. It's happening. Gotta get used to digital. And the next Xbox Series X that's coming out, the Series X that's coming out in, I believe, October, November of next year, is not gonna have a disc drive. It's called the Brooklyn. That's the code name.
Coming out only in Brooklyn.
Hey, Mike, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you want an Xbox Series X with a disc drive, I suggest getting it now.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently on Black Friday they're going to be $3.99. So I'd say if you want one with the disc drive, get it now. But you might not be able to buy discs in a couple of years. So I don't know. It's up to you guys. Start buying up the discs now of your. Start your collections while you can. Price drop, yes. I don't know, this PlayStation thing, I think people are overreacting, but we'll have to see when it comes out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they're all like, oh, it's DRM for the disc drive. It's like, I think you just need a firmware update. So it can detect the fucking disc drive. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's nefarious. Like, always have to be online for that shit.
Yeah, I don't think you always need to use a disc drive. I mean, that's kind of stupid if you do.
It's a dumb idea anyway.
Pretty much ripping off the Sega CD.
Well, I thought they were going to have the console just all digital, and if you wanted the disc drive, you could just buy it. But now they have 2 SKUs. It's like, and they raised the price of the digital. So it's
I also love how like the slim is still not that slim.
No, it's not that. It's still a fucking ugly design too.
Yeah.
It looks worse. It looks like the design that you have now is like starting to crack.
Like someone like ate a PS5 and then barfed it up.
Yeah, exactly. Like they chewed on it and spit it out. There's cats here in the game.
Oh, I see him.
There's Hockey Fan. I didn't get a notification. What's going on? It says Hockey Fan. Hockey Fan, what's going on?
What's up, Hockey Fan? I guess YouTube's being stupid.
Hockey Fan, we are getting Ric Flair versus Sting on the final Dynamite. That was confirmed tonight. Ric Flair debuted in AEW, everybody.
The Flair Witch Project.
And Christian called him Weekend at Bernie's.
Christian's so out of pocket. I love it.
No, I love Christian.
He's so great. I think I saw on Facebook, I think he was like, he won a championship in every, like, you know, like WWE, Impact, ECW.
Yeah. Christian's something, man. Yeah, I think he's doing. It's a shame that AEW is going through what they're going through right now because I think he's doing some of his best work right now.
AEW causes their own problems.
Yeah,
bro.
No, I feel bad for the talent. It's not the talent's fault. They have all the talent in the world. It's
if only MJF was in WWE.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably going to go. At this
probably.
Point, would you blame him for staying there or not going? I mean, he's going to go.
No.
Oh, I don't blame him.
You know, here's what they're doing. They're doing what they did with WCW. They're taking their young guys, their young stars, and they're making them superstars in WWE. It's exactly what they did to Turner's Nitro over there. YouTube is being very stupid, says the King. Is the 50th time he's retiring? I don't know, man. He offered to be in the match with Sting coming up.
He's almost 80.
Well, he's still like drinks all day. Like people talk about stories with him and he's just drinking all day.
He drinks like a shot of Jack or somewhere there.
Well, did you see the promo, Nick? Christian said, all I see in the ring is Darby, Sting, and a black liver, meaning Ric Flair.
Jesus Christ.
God.
Also, side note about Christian, this is very off topic, and we'll get back to gaming related stuff. But Christian has, in my opinion, low key some of the best theme songs. Like all his theme songs, all of them. Not counting his Edge and Christian one, because that was Edge's theme song, let's be honest. Everything that he had theme song wise was awesome.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna go out and say, and I love how when he went to AEW, I like that they kept his TNA theme when he was Christian Cage.
Well,
that was lit.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if you know this. They actually remade the TNA theme, and they made
it was remade.
It was remade, but then about 2 weeks in, he just used the regular TNA theme, and that's what he uses now.
Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah,
they put that on the AEW music site, so you can buy that song, the version that they made. But he now just uses the regular TNA song, and he might go back to TNA because they're TNA again.
Yeah,
and the shocking turn of events, Impact Wrestling, which I thought was a mainstream name. Apparently, they didn't think so.
So they switched back.
They're TNA now. Yeah, because when we went to White Plains, there were 5 drunk people chanting TNA.
Jeez.
Oh, well, and then they came out and they said that that TNA, they announced it at Bound for Glory that the first TNA event will be what's it called? I forget what it's called. Roadkill or some shit. Some I don't know. It's something stupid.
Man. It's something in January. Like, hard to kill in January.
Hard to kill. Hard
to kill.
I'm stupid.
The Seagal movie. Hard to kill.
Yeah, I was about to say Seagal gonna be there.
But yeah, they used to take from Genesis songs. Now they just take from old Steven Seagal movies. Genesis song. They always, what was it? Final Resolution. All these like wild ass fucking names they used to have. They used to take from like Phil.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had like several pay-per-views after Phil Collins songs.
Yes, after Phil Collins songs.
Genesis. What was the other one?
There was another one.
Against All Odds.
If I type in TNA Phil Collins, there's gonna be like a
TNA Phil Collins.
It says, "Did you mean Grand Theft Auto Phil Collins?" No, I did not mean that. I don't know why that.
Yo, honestly,
again.
In AEW, they should just bring back Gangrel.
They tried,
right there,
and they had to cancel his appearance.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. So they were gonna bring Gangrel back. He was all set. They flew him into town. On fucking Raw, for whatever reason, Edge came out to the Brood entrance, and Tony Khan
I do remember that.
Tony Khan was like, "Fuck, it's gonna look like we just ripped them off." So he called Gangrel in the hotel. He's like, "We can't have you come in." Wow. And he's like, "Okay, you're gonna pay for me to fly home, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, we'll take care of that."
I do remember when Edge used the wasn't that like it was in like 2021 or something?
Yeah,
like 2 years ago.
And they were that was the week they were going to bring Gangrel in to mess with Christian.
Oh, that would be great.
And,
which looked, I mean, that the Brood theme is still one of the most badass themes in the history of wrestling. It's it's like a top 10. It's a top 10 theme. Like even when Edge used it. When they did the whole fire shit and he's coming up out, I was like, damn, that's insane. That shit still hits.
Really freaking cool. Like I used to love Gangrel's theme, like when he just came out, spat the blood out in the audience. Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, the Attitude Era was so great.
Mm-hmm.
People tell you, his work rate. Shut up, you fucking idiot. His work rate. He's just touching the guy. Ooh, feel his fucking. His chest, his tits, his chest hair is fucking soaking my hand. Get the fuck out of here with that work rate. Are you Vince McMahon? Because that's Vince McMahon's excuse for getting rid of guys. Oh, his work rate wasn't good. Meaning, like, I'm fucking done with this guy. His fans are so stupid when it comes to this shit. They believe every fucking thing. Hey, remember JR retired on 9/11? Thank you, JR, for your service. And then he goes on Sam Roberts, like, a year later. And he just goes, "I never retired. They fired my ass." We all knew he got fired.
Mm-hmm.
But these delusional fans, "Oh, thank you for retiring." Fucking idiots.
I remember the old school John Cena, the doctor of thugonomics.
Yes. I remember they brought him back after popular demand and everyone booed him.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted it.
Oh, what? When he did the feud, was he feuding with Rock? When he feuded with Rock?
He came out as the doctor of thugonomics.
With the theme. That was I popped for that. We
all liked it, but the internet, after demanding it for 10 years, were like, "You looked out of place. It wasn't the right thing to do." It's like, shut up. You're the people that beg for this stuff. And now they do it and you don't like it?
Well, no, Doctor of Thugonomics, like that character, it fit that era.
It fit 03.
Yes,
remember he fought Undertaker and had the pentagram and the fucking the big shot?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like it fit that time period. Also, because like the style was like that back then, like in hip hop. Like nowadays, like the hip hop style is not throwback jerseys and fucking
He had the
backwards hats
blinged out
and
WWE like
yeah,
title. He
yeah,
like blinged it
yeah.
out
Well,
because it was funny.
even before that, he had the US title that was
Mhm.
blinged out. So
Yeah.
like he had the you know, but it did look kind of weird. It looked like he was going as Dr. Thugonomics John Cena for Halloween. Like, that's what it looked like when he came out, kind of. But I still liked it because I thought it fit the
I will rule you.
it fit the build up.
Jimmy the King.
Oh man, when he like the rap battled Kenny Dykstra, or whatever the heck it was, like outside. Remember that? Remember that scene where they like rap battled him or something like that?
Bro, that
Oh,
was
that wasn't that wasn't even Ken. That was the people thought that was Kenny Dyke. That wasn't not Kenny Dykstra.
Was it really? Oh,
That was
I
it
didn't
was
know
some it was like the anniversary of that recently, and somebody found the guy on Twitter. Like the guy that was the person in that clip is on Twitter,
that. Oh wow,
and
I didn't know that.
they found him, and apparently it was like he gets people coming up asking for like autographs and shit now because they exposed him on Twitter, and now he's like people are like coming up and asking for like photos and shit. But no, that was like that was like a that he was an actual fan that they said, hey, we're gonna film this segment with John Cena. Who would want to like dude? We'll give you the lines to say and everything, and he was like, I'll do it. And because apparently they filmed with two other fans, and like the kids fucked the lines up, and they got rid of those cuts and they used his cut as the final cut because they fucked the lines up. He got it right in one take.
Nice.
So yeah. So, but now he's like, yeah, I'll forever be known as like the fucking kid with the backwards upside down visor that was battle rapping John Cena outside.
Muniz over here from Stay Alive.
Yeah. Oh my god.
When I was a
That's
kid,
funny.
my cousin and I would go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
When I was a kid, I was just reading what the King wrote. When I was a kid, the cousin and I would backyard wrestle, and we would beat the heck out of each other. Other kids thought it was funny and crazy. God, I can only imagine.
I used to backyard wrestling.
Years have been too
backyard
long.
wrestling back then. Backyard wrestling back then was just so crazy.
We used to wrestle on a trampoline, and then we actually put money together. We actually got a ring in our backyard.
What? What was that?
Like a legit ring. Do you want to see me? I'll show you.
You know, I'm going to tell you something fucking funny, okay? And I don't know if you remember this, Nick. When I was doing AOX, some guy left a comment because there were no live streams back then. And he was like, hey, I got money from an insurance accident. I'll give you guys money to get a ring if you put on a weekly wrestling show. And I was like, keep your money, man.
Oh, man.
Somebody actually left that comment.
That sounds like they were serious.
Yeah, he got in a freaking car accident and he wants to pay us for a ring so we could wrestle for him. Get the hell out of here.
Oh my god. That's like what was it? The dude who works for WWE now, but he has the show on ESPN, Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee.
Oh, that fucking guy, I hate that
guy. I love Pat McAfee. I love him.
Dude,
but
he sounds like a piece of shit. How is he even an announcer? He sounds like Dorothy from Golden Girls is horny or something.
I really like Pat. I really like the Pat McAfee show, like on ESPN. But
he's got a lisp. Like he's got everything wrong with him that fucking Vince like doesn't like. But Vince likes him. Here's the Tobey Maguire ripoff looking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I like Pat McAfee a lot, but he said a story where it was like because he has a ring at his house that he trains in, or he has the guy that trained Randy Orton. I forget the guy's name, but the guy like that trained Randy Orton was like training him to wrestle. And the reason he got the ring was he was just drunk one night and he just was on his phone. And he bought a ring. He forgot he bought the ring. Woke up like a few days later. They were delivering a ring to his house, and it's in his backyard.
He was like,
he's
well,
just like,
oh, well.
He's like, I mean, he made millions in the NFL being a punter. So I mean, he has money to fucking blow. Now he has a $400 million deal with ESPN or something like that. Something stupid.
That was like chump change to him by the way, because the ring was like almost like $5,000 or something like that, $6,000.
Yeah,
a good one. Like that's how much ours was when we bought it for our thing.
Yeah,
And that was like a cheap, like not like a
Ah,
cheap
he
version,
sounds
but
like one of the Golden Girls is horny. That's all. His voice is horrible. How can you put that kind of
What
announcing?
what I think he does that on purpose with his voice. It's just his like it's kind of like his like not his gimmick, but it's like when he's talking on his podcast show or that's on ESPN now. It's like a podcast he turned into a show. He's like he uses certain vocal inflections because it just I don't know, it's like a running gag almost.
I
So
don't know.
he says things in a certain way. He's a really good guy, and I like that the fact that he brought all of his like actual friends with him, like on his show when he got picked up by ESPN. He's like, no, you guys are getting a couple mil. You guys are getting like he's bringing his people with him, and I think that's a big reason why I like him. He's like a real fucking dude. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Pat McAfee. But yeah, is there any more game stuff?
I don't know. There's a lot of game stuff. I just don't know what the hell to talk about next. Do you want to check Fred, see if there's any fights on Twitter?
Since it's like fights on Twitter. Let me see. Call of Duty's coming out in 2 weeks.
Let's crush your Hogan.
Yes.
Who's ready?
I mean, I didn't give my I wasn't live when I gave my opinion on the beta.
Go ahead.
But
Yeah, go for it, Nick.
I liked it a lot. I liked the movement. I liked how it was a little bit faster. It does feel like just a refresh of MW2, but I mean, this was supposed to be DLC. Anyway, when this first came out or when it was first announced. But I enjoyed it a lot. I had a lot of fun playing the old maps. I had a lot of fun playing Search and Destroy. I had a lot of fun, like fucking around with it. I'm really interested to see how Warzone's affected by it. And I'm really interested to see how the gameplay it's like because there was a lot of things that were in the beta for MW2 that they took out when MW2 officially came out. There was like certain movement mechanics, stuff like that. I'm willing to see what they do with it. I know they were Sledgehammer, who made the game, was doing a really good job of listening to player feedback, listening to people's feedback on the beta. They changed things like literally like in the same day like in the first day there was people complaining about I think it was footstep audio not being loud enough or you couldn't hear your enemy's footsteps or some shit if they were like creeping up on you and they fixed that the same day. They did a patch for that. And so I enjoyed it a lot. And like I said, it's pretty much a refresh of MW2, but I'm interested to see how the gameplay goes, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope that they pull through. I really do.
Yeah. So you know that they're bringing back Fortune's Keep and Rebirth Island for
yes. Oh my God!
Right?
I was watching COD Next when they announced their event, and when they announced Fortune's Keep and Rebirth, that the whole place like I mean I remember the auditorium they were in with all the creators went crazy and like that was I love Rebirth Island and Fortune's Keep. I liked Fortune's Keep when they brought it in. I figured they would bring that back only because they spent so long making that map and it was only around for a few months before they pretty much got rid of it. So I'm a huge fan of them bringing back Rebirth Island and Fortune's Keep. So,
yeah, I mean, like I wasn't a big fan of Fortune's Keep. I wish it was Verdansk.
Yes. Now, there's rumors about there's rumors that people that I listen to a podcast called the Pulse Check. It's like a Warzone podcast by a few pro Warzone players. And so they have insight, they have sources that I don't have. But they're usually right about stuff, and there's rumors going around that on the anniversary of Warzone that they're going to be bringing back Verdansk as a map rotation map. Nice. So they're going to have but it's just rumors at this point. But he heard that from a very credible source in the community that he gets his news from, the guy that does that podcast. Yeah. So if they do bring that back, I would love that. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what they do with Warzone this iteration because
I'm just not having fun with Warzone right now. Warzone 2 sucks. It's terrible.
There's a reason I don't stream a lot of Warzone or play a lot of Warzone. It's because Warzone 2 like got old really quickly, and by the time by the time they made changes to it, I was already kind of disinterested in it.
Oh no, it's
And
like I like that, like it's cool, it's cool, the graphics look great and everything, it's like
oh
it's
yeah,
really good, but it's just it feels like you're moving a guy that's dragging a bag of wet socks. He's
yes,
just like
no, you move like you just took a 2 pound dump in your pants. Like that's how you move in that game. It literally it's so bad.
oh no,
It's like
it's
and they
awful.
have improved it since the launch, and it's still bad. Like
My
so, it was
ass.
even worse when the game launched.
Yeah, and they still haven't fixed the freaking goddamn communications, like in the comms or anything like that in that freaking
Oh
game.
no!
Like,
Oh
still,
yeah,
the
no.
mics are terrible.
Everybody sounds like when you come up on an opponent. Perry, I don't know if you know about prox chat in Warzone, but there's proximity chat in Warzone. So like when you're coming up on somebody in a building, you could hear them. Like say if they're using like an in-game mic, you
Yep.
could hear them talking to their teammates or whatever.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
you could
If
hear
you're
them
like coming up and it's like if you're like far away from the person, it's like kind of quiet, blah blah blah, and then like it's like louder and louder as you get closer. It's
as you
really
get
cool.
closer to them.
It's
Yeah,
really
it's really
cool.
cool. But the problem is everybody sounds like they're using Xbox 360 mics that came with the console. Like it sounds terrible. These were people they're probably using like, expensive ass fucking headsets, but they
Mhm.
sound like in the game that they're underwater. It sounds fucking atrocious. It
Yeah,
was
I
like
hope they
they're
fix
using
that.
a Turtle Beach headset from '04.
Well, I mean, now that Microsoft owns them, you'd think they would, because Discord is
Yeah.
integrated into the dashboard.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Yes.
you think they're
Yeah.
going to just
Yeah.
move
So
that over?
Oh yeah, they're gonna
They
help.
they
They're
they
gonna
they yeah, no, they probably will, but it's just like when I hear the person and it's like I'm coming up on them and it sounds like they're using the fucking mic that came with SOCOM, and I'm like, I can't like I can't, it
not
sounds
so
fucking
dumb, bruh.
terrible. It sounds fucking terrible. I'm like this guy, and everybody makes comment like, damn, this guy's using a shitty ass mic, but it's not the mic. It's literally just the game makes the mic audio sound like dog shit. Because somebody was saying that because I was playing in a tournament once, and it was a private match tournament for Warzone. But the catch was you had to use you couldn't use Discord, you had to use in-game communication. That was one of like the catches of the tournament. So I had I was playing against a bunch of friends that I know, like, and a friend killed me and eliminated me from the tournament, but he heard me talking in the prox chat, and he was like, "Dude, is your mic okay? You sound like shit." I'm like, "Dude, I have a expensive ass mic. Like, this is not the
Mhm.
microphone.
Yeah.
It's literally just the game that sounds like shit."
Yeah.
So, but it is a cool feature. I hope they improve upon that.
Yeah.
In the
I hope they do
game.
too, because it's really cool. I
Yeah,
do like
yeah.
that. That's really
But
'cause, like, I just see a lot of videos like people trolling. Like there's this guy that has like he does the voice of Pennywise, and he goes around to
Oh,
like like he just like
dude,
voices like his Pennywise like hello there, Deutsch.
yeah, dude, the best thing that come from proximity chat and Warzone was the content that people made. This
Oh,
guy,
so
Perry, the
great.
first week the game came out, this guy went around, and it was all it was all natural. Eventually he started like doing like other scripted shit, but the first week he was being an Uber driver in Warzone. So he was going up and like coming up to people, talking to them in game, like, hey, like enemies, like, hey, you want to, like, I'll drive you to this location spot. And he was just making content of him Uber driving people in the fucking. It was funny. It was different shit. People were getting creative. It was funny. And then there was like you had the guy with the Pennywise voice.
Yeah.
You had a guy that sounded he does a perfect Captain Price impersonation.
Yeah.
He was going around talking like
Yeah.
as
I think
Captain Price in the game.
Azers? That's like, isn't that Azers?
It might be that guy. I've just seen his TikTok stuff, and
Yeah.
it's pretty
Mhm.
it's pretty funny. But they got really creative with the content, so I hope they continue that.
Dude,
And I
it's
hope
so
that
great.
hope the updates that they make. I hope they listen to the community. They make the updates they need to make, and
Yeah, the skins are
yeah.
cool too that they're coming out with too. The skins are really cool.
Yes, yeah.
The
So
Spawn one and everything. That Spawn one.
that Spawn one is kind of crazy. Yeah.
The Doom guy one is good too.
Now I do. Yeah, the Doom gun skin is kind of funny too. Where it like I don't know if you saw the Doom skin, Perry, for Call of Duty.
I might have seen it in the store, but I never bought it. I bought the Lara Croft one.
Wait, okay, yeah. When you have the Doom skin and you ADS in with your gun, when you aim down the sight of your gun, it lowers the FPS like you're playing Doom. So it almost like goes into like a Doom kind of like vision thing where kind of like
still in like
it looks kind of
16-bit like.
Yeah. So it's
crazy.
it's kind of wild. It's like a really cool like throwback. Like Call of Duty always nails their skins. The problem is that they focus too much on nailing the skins a lot of times because that's where they make their money and not the gameplay.
Yeah.
And you can have the cool skins.
Busted, by the way, the
shotgun. Got fucking Skeletor.
Yeah.
Bro, He-Man came out like a year or two before I was born.
Yeah.
Or the year I was born.
Yeah.
And now you can play as fucking Skeletor. And then they had Shredder in there. It's like Shredder's got guns now.
And even back in like the what was it in Cold War when they did the Bruce Willis John McClane skin.
Yep.
I
have the Rambo one.
The Rambo one, yeah. Those were fire, and they actually had like him saying "Yippee Ki-yay" like in the game, like
we streamed that.
And you had Sylvester Stallone's voice in it, like he had like UAV and
yeah, it was funny. It was funny shit. But they always knock the skins out of the park. And now that Microsoft owns it, you're gonna see a Master Chief skin. You're gonna see a fucking whatever else Microsoft owns. You're gonna see skin. Yeah, you're gonna see a bunch of shit. I mean, shit, they have a Master Chief skin in Fortnite, I'm pretty sure.
Or you can have
it's gonna be in.
But you got Doom Guy already, and you get BJ Blazkowicz from Wolfenstein, which is World War II. Like they're gonna put everything in there. The Fallout guy is gonna be in there. Back from the Dead. What's up, brother? How you doing?
What up, back? But yeah, the Doom Guy shotgun is really like the shotgun is broken
as shit. Yeah, no, I saw clips of that.
Stupid. It's literally a pay to win. It's literally like a pay to win. It has so much range, and it's just like
I get to kill a lot more people with that Lara Croft gun.
Oh yeah, that's the ISO. That's a Hemlock. The Hemlock's really good.
Yeah, I'm all of a sudden I'm getting a bunch of people, and I'm like,
it's a really
this gun is like cheating, I guess, right?
There is rumors going around that people really have been kind of testing it with the skins, but that the skins have better attachments or better weapon attachment tuning than because there's like the in the Call of Duty community it's called like skins equals wins. So like if they feel like if you are getting a skin that is gonna shoot straighter or like there's not gonna be as much recoil on the bullets. And now, again, I don't know if it's true or not, but there is evidence to suggest that that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They even say, like, if you get the gun and you go to change the attachments on it, they're like, hey, this is the pro tuning. They call it pro tuning. This is the pro tuning on the gun. If you take this off, you're not going to be able to get this back. And so they give you like a little message on the screen. But yeah, so that's definitely a thing. Like it could be a thing that
it's been a thing.
Yeah.
That's why I also hope so too. I hope they change like how to get the attachments. Bring it back to Call of Duty like 2019. Like bring it back to that because it was so much easier, so much better.
I don't need 1,000 attachments for my gun. To scroll through. Did you ever see the attachment list for a gun? Like if anybody's never played Call of Duty, look up a guy creating a class in this last Call of Duty. It looks like he's going through an encyclopedia of scopes that you will never use.
Minesweeper just to freaking play.
He's literally scrolling through a 4x scope, a 5x scope, a 10x scope, a teleporter, a magnifying glass, one that shoots you up the spit. It's stupid.
Yeah, because you have to unlock one attachment or the attachment you need. It's stupid.
Well, see, I do like that if I unlock one attachment, I like that attachment is unlocked for everything.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't have to unlock this red dot sight. If it's on 4 different assault rifles, I can get it for every other assault rifle with once unlocking it. That's dope. But don't give me 1,000 attachments. Each gun used to have maybe 10 to 15 attachments at the most to unlock for it. And up until this recent Call of Duty, now they're giving me fucking 1,000 attachments. And it's just like it's stupid. And then a certain gun, and then if you have a gun that you do want an attachment on, that attachment might not be available for that gun. And they asked the developers why they did that, and it was because they said, oh well, in whatever time period that gun came out, that attachment wasn't available for that gun. I'm like, fam, you're trying to get too realistic here. Just give me the fucking attachment. You have 1,000 attachments. Like, holy shit.
You have freaking rappers in there that are like freaking going and killing, like, you know, like shooting.
Snoop Dogg just killed me. Snoop Dogg just killed me, and you're talking about realism? Snoop Dogg's in World War. They put Snoop Dogg in a World War II video game.
We're trying to make it more realistic. Like,
yeah,
my butt.
Yeah, bro.
It's
yeah, bro.
Fortnite.
I'm getting.
It's freaking
bro. I'm
Fortnite.
getting.
Give me a break.
I'm getting fucking flung across the map by Lara Croft, and you're telling me you're looking for realism.
I get shot in the toe and I die in one hit. Yeah,
they pick and choose when they want to. They pick and choose. Now there was a story, Perry. I don't know if you saw about the story about hang on.
Back in the Dead says skins could be Game Pass perks, but paid on PlayStation. I don't know, man, because Phil Spencer says he doesn't want to like limit anybody. So we will see.
There was a story about how one of the reasons that I don't know if you notice is that Call of Duty up like around this game they stopped using the actual names for a lot of the guns. So they're different names. Like an MP5 is not an MP5, an AK is not an AK, or
they don't want to pay like royalties or anything.
Well, people said originally that was the case, but also it was because they're trying to change the way because there was a article in the Wall Street Journal that came out that said this was a week ago. It says it's called the secret deal that put a real rifle in the Call of Duty because Remington, the people who make the Remington rifles, they signed a product placement deal with Activision to advertise guns to younger people. That was their actual like intent on putting that gun in the game, was to advertise guns to younger people. There was newly released documents showed, and apparently Call of Duty's trying to get away from promoting the actual gun names because of the gun violence in America. By the way, shout out, and if anybody lives in Maine that's in the chat, I don't know if you guys saw the news about Maine, but there's an active shooter. It was active shooter in Maine. He shot up a because there's I'm not gonna get political at all, but there was an open Maine is an open carry state with no permit. You don't need a permit to open carry. So you can legally own a gun, openly carry with no permit at all. Yep. And so some guy shot up a bowling alley and a restaurant.
Oh man.
And so if anybody's in Maine, I hope everybody's safe. There was a lot of people that were shot. I think there was like, at least last time I checked before we went live, it was like 20 dead. Over
22 dead.
22 dead. Yeah, it was over 50 injured. Yeah, he was just shooting. He was just carrying a rifle in a bowling alley, just shooting it up, man. It's like it's like this is stuff like the gun industry wants to advertise. Yes, he says documents from Remington Arms as part of a firearms conglomerate called Freedom Group are being disclosed by a lawyer who obtained them from a lawsuit filed by parents of children killed in the 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre. Last year, they settled with Remington, which made the AR-15 used by the killer, and they settled for $73 million.
Oh.
Yeah, the email and records offer a rare inside look at the gun industry's relationship with video game makers, which have been criticized by advocates on both sides of the Second Amendment debates. So, I mean, people always say, like, video games cause this stuff or whatever. But these are just and I always kind of like I brush that off a little bit most of the time. But these are documents showing that like they're using these games to promote
it's just
guns.
Like back in the day, you'd see kids in my school wearing Marlboro cigarette shirts.
Yeah,
they use anything they can do to advertise. I would say Microsoft isn't gonna fucking sponsor any gun companies.
No,
I know that. Microsoft likes to wash their hands from all that stuff. So.
It likes to steer away from all that crap.
See, the exact legal letter, like the legal documentation of the deal, when they made the deal, they said they made the Call of Duty deal back in the day to help create brand preference among the next generation and allow the company to win our fair share of these young consumers. That was actual wording from the people from Remington. That's crazy. That's crazy. It says the record show Remington signed a deal in 2009 with video game publisher Activision Blizzard to put out a new weapon called the Adaptive Combat Rifle, or the ACR, released in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
He's on our chat.
The Remington hoped to sell civilian and military version of the ACR, a modular rifle that uses design elements from other weapons, including the AR-15. It was part of the broader lineup of military-style semi-automatics that gun makers were marketing to young buyers around that time. Getting the ACR into Call of Duty was a coup for Remington, one of the world's most successful video game franchises. Call of Duty has annual sequels and online versions that draw millions of primarily young male players. Activision and Remington didn't exchange money as part of the agreement at first, which they agreed to keep confidential. People have debated whether violence in video games and other media encourages real-world shootings. Details in these documents raise a separate question, whether they help sell firearms, just like the product placement for phones or shampoo. Because that's what this is. They're treating this as like if you see like a character using an iPhone or some shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people and the King has brought this up in the chat.
Mm.
They can pay whoever they want to advertise their weapons or whatever. Half the people playing Call of Duty can't even fucking afford the game. I don't think they're gonna go out and buy these things anyway. Because like the King said, Mommy, buy me Call of Poopy. It's little kids playing Call of Duty. I think Bobby Kotick just didn't care. He's like, give me the money. I don't care.
I have buddies that are like, like gun nuts and stuff like that. So, and guns and ammo, not cheap. Not cheap.
Oh yeah. No.
I highly doubt that your friends played Call of Duty and was like, I gotta get that gun.
I gotta get that gun. I gotta get the MP5.
I guarantee you they didn't.
I'm not saying that this is what happened.
No, I know.
But there all it takes is one fucking dude to get one nut job who's a nut job anyway. The game didn't make him nuts. But he sees that and he's like, oh shit, I gotta, because I know a lot of people that I grew up playing Call of Duty with. They got into guns because of Call of Duty.
Oh wow!
Like they researched, like they weren't like going crazy or nothing like that with guns, but they started researching guns. They started legally purchasing guns, getting into different attachments for the gun, like because of Call of Duty. Like I know when they bring up half the attachments some of these shooters use on their gun, I'm like, oh, I used that in Call of Duty before. Like I'm not saying as a joke, but I'm saying as like that's like. It's the actual thing. That's how realistic the shit gets. You
got responsible owners, and I think that's fine. But yeah, like you said, there's a lot of crazy people out there, and
there's a lot of crazy people, and then there's a lot of states that have very laxed gun laws.
Yeah,
where you can like Maine. Like Maine, I was looking it up. It's an open carry state, and you don't need a permit. You just got to be 21.
Florida's kind of like that too. Florida's concealed carry, but still, like Florida's like very pretty lax with their gun laws.
Texas had that school shooting last year, or was it 2 years ago? Whatever it was in Uvalde, Texas, or whatever.
Yep.
Where all those kids got shot and killed, and then after that shooting, they made open carry without a permit legal. After the shooting,
they're like, oh,
because they make all these lawmakers and politicians, and I'll get off of this because it's getting political, and I don't want to get political, but they're making money from these gun companies. They're getting paid. The NRA is getting paid from these gun companies. The NRA is paying these people the money they're getting from these gun companies, these politicians, to not pass these laws. So,
everyone should require everyone to get a permit because the government will get paid for that.
Yeah,
people want to buy and get a permit.
So Call of Duty After Dark will debut on Thursday, starring Nick and Fred.
So you know what they should do? They should add the orange tip on the end of the guns.
Jesus. Yeah, but I'll get off the Call of Duty stuff, but that's... I thought that was an important story I saw drop in the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah,
I thought that was important to bring up.
I never knew about that.
Well, RWK Idiot brings up a really good point about this whole Call of Duty business. So Dead Space is coming to Game Pass. Wasn't true? It's on it right now.
It's there right
Jamie
now.
on is correct. Unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. Never mind.
yes.
Mac, I walk around with a wiffle ball bat. There you go. That's the way to go.
That's right.
A lot of people say have an aluminum baseball bat. No, you get a wooden baseball bat. Leave it behind your bed just in case.
Yep, wood. You gotta go wood. I play in an old school baseball league, and we use like the legit old school bats.
Louisville Slugger, baby.
Yeah.
Crack your head right open.
Babe Ruth. Crack it like a watermelon.
And what Alchemist said in the chat is true as well. Call of Duty has deals with the military to help recruit people. That is true.
I didn't know that either. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is true.
Holy crap.
That is true.
I mean, hey,
They at one point they were using Call of Duty to like help train people in the military for certain different things. Now they don't. Now they use like some VR shit. But back in the day, Call of Duty was like the most advanced shit you could get and most realistic you could get when it came to like actively like, you know.
The king. I have a pitchfork on the farm and it scares people.
Oh my god.
The king is awesome.
Oh, I love you, King.
All you had to do is put a bloody Christmas sweater on the pitchfork. Nobody will come to your house.
Elvis would be like, oh.
Okay, so I don't know if Nick... Did we talk about this?
The Christmas sweater thing?
What?
The Christmas sweater thing is because of the Elvis movie where Tom Hanks keeps trying to get Elvis to put on a fucking Christmas sweater. And he keeps asking him 75,000 times.
Yeah.
So that became like a meme on this channel now.
Okay.
And the king always talks about the Christmas sweater. So that's why we keep bringing that up.
That's funny.
Put on the Christmas sweater. Like, that just ruined the whole movie. The fact that he asked like 1,000 times to put on a Christmas sweater. It's like Tom Hanks. They could just write, hey, can you ask this guy once or twice to put on a Christmas sweater? He asked like 85,000 times.
It was I remember that movie. And it was a joke they ran into the ground.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I still don't know what that movie was. It was science fiction, because it definitely wasn't a biopic. Yeah. Apparently he got on an airplane and passed away. Like, that's the end of the film. Arnold would be a great president? I don't know. AI's taken over. You might as well make him president, right? At this point.
Make him all AI generated so he can look like his younger self while he's president.
He can run with Skynet.
Oh man.
It's Miles Dyson, what his name is he gonna be? His
Miles Morales? Miles Dyson. Yeah, which timeline? I had no problem with confronting. Yeah, okay. We will get on the games. Phil Spencer met with the Activision people, I think yesterday.
I did see that.
And he made sure that they will all be fired once they consolidate.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when a company merges, though. That people get.
I was just kidding, but everyone was outside, like taking pictures with them, and I'm just thinking, like, bro, half these people are gonna get fired.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like,
they're not gonna take half these people.
As he's meeting everyone, it's like, oh.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when a. Well, also, some people from Microsoft might lose their job as well because they might keep some of the people that are. Yeah, that they might keep, because the thing is that, say if like when a company's merge, I mean, people saw it when like WWE merged with or got bought by TKO, and you know they already have like they were utilizing like some of the same people that are doing marketing for the UFC are also doing marketing for WWE. If they had already a marketing firm in place or marketing positions in place for the UFC when they got WWE, they're gonna be like, hey, look, we have these people already. It could depend on salary too. If the WWE people make less money than the UFC people they already have, the UFC people might get the axe. I mean, somebody's going to go, depending on salaries, depending on money, depending on everything else. So when a company merges like that, it's especially as big as this one. This is one of the biggest mergers of all time.
They already got rid of Vince. They told Vince to go fuck himself.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
which is what
that was funny.
It's what happened when that's what happened when Turner bought Crockett. They told the Crockett's, hey, he could stay on. 2 weeks later, they fired him. And then Turner.
Yeah.
Turner himself. They ended up selling like once AOL Time Warner merged with once AOL merged with Time Warner, Ted Turner lost all his power, and that was the end of WCW.
Yeah.
What's Endeavor? Endeavor is the company that owns UFC and now WWE.
Yeah.
Yes.
They formed a subsidiary called TKO. And that is now the umbrella that holds WWE and UFC.
Forever doesn't know.
And Vince gets paid out the ass, even though he was told to go fuck off. And he's the new Bobby Kotick, only he doesn't have to work.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
So, yeah, no, that's yeah. So, like, with Microsoft, they're in Activision. There's definitely gonna be some layoffs. I know Bobby Kotick is like he's staying just to the end of the year, and then he's leaving.
He wants that Call of Duty bonus.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And then that's pretty big though. That's pretty big.
It's a big thing. Very, very big.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what comes of that. I really am, not just for Call of Duty, but like, bro, Microsoft, give me my new Crash Bandicoot game, please, 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 give me a new Crash Bandicoot game.
They could give a big kart race, or they could do a big fighting game. They could have Crash and games. They could have Crash and Spyro versus Banjo and Kazooie. They could have do like all this shit now.
Well, see, that was the problem with Activision before, is that they were so focused on just Call of Duty. They literally would just they had Crash 5 in development, and they told Toys for Bob, who made Crash 4, and they also made the Spyro remaster games. They told them, "Hey, stop working on Crash 5. Whatever you're working on, stop. We want you to work on Warzone." And everyone, they're like, "We make Crash Bandicoot. Why the fuck are we working on Warzone?" And they had 7 companies working on Warzone. And I'm like, this is the dumbest shit. Let them make their fucking Crash Bandicoot game. They killed that other company, fucking people did Tony Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, they pretty much killed them and stunted them to work on stuff for I think it was for Blizzard shit. And it just like, you have all these properties and all these different companies and all this talent. Just fucking use them, man. Let them get their shit off. Let them do what they want to do.
Well, here's the thing with Microsoft.
I get it.
Microsoft has this issue as well. They can't even fucking make a perfect art game. They built a studio next to Sony Santa Monica, thinking that shit was going to rub off the building. The magic was going to rub off that building onto their building. Everyone fucking jumped ship over there, and everyone left.
Yeah,
because they're like, we don't even know what we're doing. Because I think the culture at Sony is work, work, work. Microsoft is like, take your time, do what you got to do. So the Sony guys went over there, and they're like, we're not being delegated to. And the Microsoft people are like, just relax. Sit down, do what you got to do. And they're not used to that. And it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
And the fact that Microsoft has to tell me Fable is 2029, you could go fuck yourself, dude. I might be dead by 2029. You have to be fucking kidding me. Well, games take 5 years to make. Then don't sell me the fucking console 6 years before the fucking game comes out. Right? By the time Fable comes out, we're going to be on that fucking Project Hobart. The cloud streaming thing? The stick?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's got another freaking... All these consoles have different... like the Series S was Scarlet. Now it's fucking Edith. They have 2 different code names, these consoles now.
Console's going to be like this big now. They're going to be like so tiny.
By the time the game comes out, it's not going to be consoles anymore.
It's going to be all digital.
But you have some fucking balls, dude. You have a pair of fucking balls to tell me, yeah, you bought the machine in 2020, but Perfect Dark ain't... not Perfect Dark. Fable ain't coming out till 2028, 2029. When the next console comes out. It's like, stop being fucking stupid. Get a couple of people, get 8 people in a room. Until then, make the kart game. Make the fighter game. Give us a mini, like, Banjo-Kazooie. Make games exclusively for Game Pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just do that shit. Make it feel like I got my money's worth. I'm tired of these fucking indie games where you're playing as a fucking person that sleeps all day. Like, enough of these stupid... You know how many fucking Kirby clones are on the Xbox store? There's like 75 Kirby clones. They're all the same.
So many, like, Final Fantasy clones and, like, all that crap. It's just like, what the heck am I... It's like...
And the indies... seriously, the indie games need to be in their own section.
Oh,
I'm sick of looking at premium games, and then in between there's, like, indie games.
Yeah, there's, like... I think most of it's, like, indie games, I think.
Sex toys for Bob. How about that? That's what they'll fucking name.
Sex toys. The Call of Duty dildo.
There'll be a spiral one.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Does the chat room have anything we should bring up? I think we covered most of the important stuff. Because there wasn't much news this week.
Oh, I saw way off topic. I saw that Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
Oh my.
I watched it.
How was it?
Oh my gosh. It was an experience.
I wanted to see that. I never saw it, but I want to see it just for the fucking memes because that shit just looked hilarious.
Don't go into that movie thinking it's going to be a serious movie.
No,
because it's just like what the. There was actually a news article, like a teacher showed that movie to like their first grade class or something like that, thinking it was like a Winnie the Pooh movie.
That's what Jamie on said. It's funny.
Oh, see,
he's referring to that fucking game from the PlayStation Showcase.
Oh
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that Walk Like a Baby, whatever the heck it's called. It's so stupid. But yeah, like the teacher showed that movie in the classroom, thinking it was like a Winnie the Pooh movie.
That's
see,
fucking
Winnie
nuts.
The Pooh just axing someone.
Why would you think that's?
Yeah,
pretty sure the posters has blood on it.
Yeah, it's literally
why the hell would you think
Blood and Honey?
Yeah,
what was she thinking?
That's so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it showed. It says first of all, it says there's 4 characters in it. There's Pooh, there's Piglet, then there's Owl, and there's also Eeyore.
Yeah.
But you never see Owl. Owl never makes an appearance in the whole. It's just Piglet and Winnie, and then Pooh. That's it.
Yeah, they ran out of money. The budget didn't look that high.
Yeah, and it's just the movie's just all over the place. It's just oh da, 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 da. They do show Winnie and Piglet a lot. That's great, but it's just and the ending was stupid. It was just a mess.
I recently saw a couple movies. I saw the new Exorcist, terrible.
Yeah.
And then I saw one I really like that you can watch on it's exclusive to Shudder, the horror streaming service Shudder.
Yep.
VHS 85.
Ooh.
Love I like VHS. I like the VHS movies a lot. I don't know if people have seen them before. They're anthology horror movies. They're a bunch of shorts.
Yep.
But now they're going through time periods. So the last one they did was VHS 99, which I really like that one as well. And there's different cool little odes back to the 90s or whatever time period they're doing. So in VHS 99, there's a group of high school kids in their room, and they're trying to the joke is they set up a webcam across the street at they're trying to see some girl naked that lives across the street from them, and they're watching it on the webcam, and they're in a bedroom, but it's the 90s, so one kid's playing Resident Evil 2 on the TV. There's fucking posters on the wall for
bro, if it's the 90s, they ain't seeing much on that webcam.
Yeah, no, it was very pixelated.
Yeah, but it would be going at less than a frame per second as far as capturing.
Yeah, but it's just they do little cool little throwbacks or whatever to that time period. So the one in 85, VHS 85 is there's a bunch of 80s references, and it's actually the best one they've done in a long time.
Nice.
And my favorite sketch, again, I may be biased, but a guy that I've actually talked to before, known for a little bit, my man Cargill, who wrote Sinister and Doctor Strange, and
really,
awesome. My because he used to be a movie critic before he became a writer, and I used to email him back in the day. I was I love your reviews. I was a little 14-year-old fuckface on the internet. But he ended up being a big Hollywood writer, and he has a short in the movie. And it's really good, really well done.
Just so you know, Fred, Nick, Fred is trying to get in the movies. He's taking
Really?
like drama classes and stuff.
Yeah, I'm
No.
an actor on the side, pretty much.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I do what I do pretty much. I work on stages, like I do like lighting for stages, like I install lighting and stuff. And I program the light
Okay.
board. I do like the tech side of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm also doing acting on the side. I started out as like a performance major.
Oh, okay.
And like I switched to the tech side, so I'm doing like acting gigs on the side and stuff.
He wants to be in one of Anthony's movies, but I said, "You gotta have sex with Anthony if you want to be in his movies."
Oh my god! Yeah, that is. Yes, that is the. He's like. He's out. He's like the low level New Jersey version of Harvey Weinstein. Like you gotta. It's like it's very.
I'm a little Weinstein.
Jesus Christ! Holy
Weinstein.
shit! Jesus, that was good.
Yeah.
But no, but
You want to send Nick
cool,
your short movie? He made a short horror movie.
Yeah, we had to do
Really?
like for our class. We had to do like it's called Psycho Caller.
He filmed it on his iPhone. I was like, "That's an iPhone."
Yeah,
He did a better job than Rob Zombie did in Monsters.
Yeah, no, there's a no, I'll check that out for sure. I was like watching stuff, and also there's an independent movie that I saw called it's called Bottoms. That's all I'll say. It's fucking hilarious. It's so great. But it's out on like you could find it online and it's on streaming services and shit.
Yeah. Do you know
but it's a very very funny.
Yes, I'm sorry. Do you know what movie that I watched actually yesterday too?
What?
I watched the Hellboy that came out.
Oh, okay.
That, like,
yeah,
remake,
yeah.
whatever the heck it is, like with
I didn't see that. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Like,
I didn't hear terrible things about it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just like we watched the Ron Perlman one, and Ron Perlman's just like a great Hellboy. Like,
yeah,
he
a great Hellboy.
you just think of Hellboy and just like automatically think of Ron Perlman. Like that's just like what is burned into our brains.
We were saying because Anthony sees Ron Perlman at Monster Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and we were fucking joking like, how much to bring my motorcycle in for a sign?
Yeah,
and we're just like, can you imagine if somebody brought their motorcycle in from the sign?
Yeah. I felt like this one, like, focused more on like the comic aspect of him. Like they focus on like actual Hellboy's like backstory and stuff, like and how he became like Hellboy, like how he came to be and like what Hellboy really is, like what his true like powers are pretty much.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely have to check that out because I like now's the time of year where I try to catch up on movies I haven't seen.
Yep.
Like because like I try to just watch stuff that's come out because like there's stuff in the theater now that's coming out. Like that new Leonardo DiCaprio movie with the Scorsese movie.
Yeah.
That shit looks that shit looks great. But apparently that shit's like 4 hours long. I'm like, fam, Scorsese got to chill.
What is it like? Follow something?
It's the Leonardo DiCaprio. What's the movie called? It's it's Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yep, there we go. Like
yeah,
like Rocket Flowers something. I forget what it was called.
And it's getting great reviews, but it's fucking like
it's a Scorsese movie, of course.
Now the Irishman was like 3 hours long. And that was the only thing I didn't like. I didn't like about that movie was because it was like what's it called? It was
when the house freaking imploded.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, this one is 3 hours and 25 minutes.
Oh, suck me.
So Scorsese's trying to like fucking I now it's the cast is insane. I mean, you got DiCaprio, De Niro, John Lithgow, Brendan Fraser. It's stacked. Like it's like that's just some of the names. Jesse Plemons is in it.
Nice.
But
Roger Clemens.
I mean, Roger Clemens. Yes. Yeah.
Yep, he's pitching for the
yeah.
Yeah, he had a Super Nintendo game.
He did.
That's right. Yeah.
Or a Nintendo game, or both. I don't even remember.
But yeah, no. So I got to see that, and then, when it comes out, I do want it because I saw the trailer and people saw an early showing of it and it got good reviews. I want to see the Iron Claw. The Iron Claw looks fucking insane.
The Von Erichs, right?
Yeah, did you see that trailer?
Yeah.
No,
Perry,
but I didn't see the trailer, but I saw like somebody uploaded like screenshots and like
yeah, it looks
a
good.
little synopsis of it.
Yeah,
it looks it dude. It comes out December 22nd.
Oh, I can't wait.
So
I want to see it.
There's and they're putting it out in December for one reason, and they said because of the test screenings and everything went well and stuff like that. It's coming out right in the heat of Oscar season.
Oh, wow.
And they're saying Zac Efron is going crazy and he's great.
He got
as Kevin
built as it. He
was on that premium unleaded. That man is jacked as fuck. I want whatever shit he was on. I might need to hit up that dude because that dude is MJF. I mean, it's the cast is stacked. It's an A24 movie. So and
Nick, A24 is right around the corner from my house.
Really?
Yeah, they bought the
Oh, is that where the Pier 9?
They bought Pier 9 and they bought the bowling alley across the street.
Bowling Time, yeah.
And they bought the car dealership across the street. They own that lot. And they own they own basically two sides of the street.
Bro, A24 is one of the best films.
They filmed The Whale over
out
here
right now. Yeah.
The Whale was filmed over here.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and then that movie fucking brought back Brendan Fraser like a fucking.
Oh man,
I was so happy.
He won an Oscar and then went back in the hole again.
Well, now he's in the new this DiCaprio movie. He's in Killers of the Flower Moon. Yeah, so he's but A24 is one of my favorite studios. So their movies are always and the good thing about the trailer is for the Iron Claw, they don't show you they show you little bits and pieces here. They don't show you too much. And some guy was like, "Oh, I saw the whole movie." And I was like, "I don't know what the story is, but I saw the whole movie." I'm like, "Trust me, you don't know the holes. You don't know what you're about to."
Yeah, you don't know shit, man. About that family.
Everybody knows the story. It's like, yo, just be ready because
I know it's a screwed up story. I know it's a fucked up story. I know that.
It's crazy, man. I mean, and you just see like little glimpses of it here and there about their relationship with the father and
Fritz. We all know him, man. His
it's just
he fucking abused those kids mentally and physically and everything, man. It's people going to see that movie. It might win an Oscar because you know what? A lot of people think wrestling's just bullshit, but that family had a lot of fucking problems, man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of tragedy, a lot of triumph. Well, not much triumph.
Like they showed the trailer and in front of like like they showed a trailer in a theater in Dallas, and apparently like the reactions that it got was like it was like one of the new movies that is out. They showed the trailer before the movie, and they were just like, one guy was online. He's like, look, like he was a movie critic. He's like, look, I don't watch wrestling anymore, but back when I was growing up in Dallas, these guys were fucking. They were celebrities.
Yeah,
they literally were. So when I saw the trailer for it, and I heard this movie was coming out, and I saw the trailer, he was like, this is going to be an insane movie. Like it's just like these guys in that area, especially like in the South, like in Texas, they were Hogan. They were They were Flair. They were the guys. Like, and there was the whole thing about there was like a rumor that like the dad covered up the overdose of the one kid. Like it was crazy. It was like because they wanted to be portrayed as like good Christian like family men or whatever. It's just there's a lot of shit, man. But the cast for that movie looks insane. The director Sean Durkin, who did he did the movie The Nest, and then he also did what's the other movie he did? Sean Durkin. What the hell is the other movie he did that got? It was a Martha Marcy May Marlene was the movie he did. He won a bunch of awards at Sundance for that one in 2011. But this is like a passion project for him. I know they had Chavo Guerrero on set training all the wrestlers. so that the wrestling looks authentic. Nunchucks with the banana.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, no. So I'm really looking forward to it, and it
Isn't
looks
one of the brothers alive still?
Yeah.
Kevin.
Kevin
Yeah,
Von
Kevin,
Erich. He's
yeah.
the only one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Without spoiling anything.
Yes, but he is one of the that's alive, and then I think his kids wrestle. But
Team Legacy.
besides, yeah, I mean it's nuts. It looks
Yeah.
great though, and
I'm
I
excited.
can't wait. I can't wait to go.
very
I can't wait to go
excited.
see that. And the fact that it's getting so
cannot
much
wait.
buzz, and they're putting it out in December, like at the heat of the Oscar season, like it's right before the last like week of eligibility for the Oscars.
Oh, yeah,
So
I can't wait. To see it.
they're like they're really pumping it up. So I can't wait.
We should watch it at the shop, Barry.
When does it come out?
December 22nd.
Oh yeah, all right. If it's not snowing and shit, you can.
So literally,
watch it.
like less than 8 weeks away.
That's the day after
So-
my birthday, 22nd.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
We'll throw you a birthday party, and I can eat peanuts and bananas.
I'll eat it with you. We'll have a fruit salad as the cake.
I can't even eat a fruit salad. Too much sugar.
Veggie salad.
It depends.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I can't eat that shit, but I can actually eat a Subway tuna sandwich.
That's crazy.
Right? It's all about the carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just sucks. I can't like watch what I eat. I've been trying to like, be a little bit healthy.
You're
but as
fine,
a-
man. You guys are young. I'm an old
As a-
fuck, and your body just fucking tells you to fuck off at some point. And my
As a
body told me to go
college
fuck
student, it's
myself.
hard.
So,
Yeah.
but I got good news
As-
from the cardiologist and everything.
Yeah, I
So
saw that.
everything's
That's
good.
awesome.
That's good.
That's
So
awesome.
everything's getting better with the stuff.
Good,
like
good,
I
good.
know you've been really watching what you've been eating.
Yeah, I'm down at weight big time. And even the cardiologist was like, because I haven't seen him in a while because of all. I had an appointment last year and I didn't go.
Mhm.
We had to reschedule. It's like, is there a reason why you're down 80 pounds? And I was like,
Wow.
well, so
You're
and so
down
and so
80?
and so. From
That's
the last
awesome.
time I was there, probably in
Okay.
late 2021.
That's still good. That's great.
That's still good.
But yeah,
Really?
lately I've been dropping a lot.
And he says,
But I'm not eating anything. That's the whole difference. Literally, my life is Planters,
Yeah,
peanuts. Every once in a while, not even all the time. Because
Banana?
Hannaford, Fred, sells you fucking green ass bananas that aren't ripe. You gotta wait like 5 days and then they're rotten. So you
Just
can't even
smack
fucking
that-
buy bananas around here.
Just smack Kevin in the face. He's the pros manager.
Bro, it's like they put all the fucking food out way early or way too late. There is no in
Yeah.
between.
Yeah.
And
I'll
then
be
by the
back
time
next
it's
Thanksgiving.
I'm waiting for the shit to turn yellow, and by the time it turns yellow, it's brown.
But now, are
I
you
gotta
to
throw
a
it away.
point though where are you to a point where your body's kind of adjusted to it, or are you still starving throughout the
No,
day?
I'm 100% adjusted.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can eat once a
good.
day and I'm good.
That's good.
Wow.
That's great. That's awesome.
I don't
yeah,
crave
no,
anything.
that's good. That's the key point. Like
Yeah.
my problem is I can't find it with like my job and everything. I just can't find a consistency of like eating.
Right.
So like if I get done really late at my job, I'm like, I'll just get something quick. I'll just get something, I'll
Yeah.
get something at Wawa, or I'll get something at the fucking at some fast food shit because it's
Me
like
too.
it's on my way home, or it's
Yeah.
I gotta try to find a consistency with it. My gym is inconsistent, my eating habits are inconsistent, and I like to eat late. I like to eat before I go to bed.
That was me.
I eat something. Yeah, I eat something because I'm usually up like working on some freelance stuff on the side, or I'm up working on something else. And
I
yeah,
gave
like
him
I'll
those.
I'll eat a fucking honey bun or some shit, and I'm like, bro, it's like 1 a.m. Why am I eating a fucking honey bun?
Yeah.
I wonder I'm
Bro,
up
I'd
at
eat
7 a.m.
fucking-
shitting my fucking pants out. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
I'd eat 2 dinners at fucking in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it sucks.
it's just like I just got to eat some. But I'm
perception
starting to get
though.
better. I have a I have a goal I want to hit, and I've hit it before because I went on an extreme diet before and lost a lot of weight.
I lost 100 pounds when I was doing AOX.
Yeah. Yeah. I even remember the one time I came up to visit you guys and I was on my diet and I ordered like a salad and I was just drinking water the whole time because I was just like, I'm not like going off my like. So when I know I can do it, because like I the last time I dropped weight, which was a couple years back, I I think I lost I think it was like uh 25 pounds in 3 months, I think.
Wow. That's
So
good.
I was at like 190 and I got down to about 175. Or no, one no, was it no 165, sorry, 165. And then I kind of leveled out around the 170 area. That's where I felt like comfortable. Like I started going to the gym and trying to gain muscle mass and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I was still eating healthy, but I was like trying to eat more protein and stuff like that to gain some muscle. So I was like 170 was good. But then it's just like, so I have a kind of a goal where I want to hit because I'm gonna be in my buddy's wedding in July.
Oh wow.
So I want to try to get in good shape for that wedding because I don't want to be looking like a fucking fat groomsman in those tight ass fucking in the tight
In
ass
the tuxes,
tuxedo.
yeah.
Yeah, so I have a goal to
Yep.
hit before well, not even July, like probably like by the bachelor party in June. I want to like um um also and not directly in your area, Perry, but I might be in your area like not directly in your town, but we usually do like a snowboard trip every year. My and my friends. And we usually go to the Poconos because it's just what we
Yep.
Oh
do. When
wow.
you live in South Jersey, you go to the Poconos, but we're switching it up and we're going up towards like the Bear Mountain
Yep, I
area.
know Bear Mountain.
That's
So we're
down the
gonna
street.
Yeah, that's right next to
yeah.
us.
So we're gonna be going to
I know the
let's see,
ski
where is that
slopes. It's
here?
when you're taking the
It's a West Point,
yeah, it's right
Yep,
there.
West
like in
Point,
West
yep.
Point area. Yeah.
I know those
It's like
slopes.
Yep.
yeah, so
Right.
I'll be in like that area. It's like we were
Really?
originally gonna go to yeah, we're gonna be up in there. So it's just something different, something different because we've been doing the Poconos literally for like almost 10 years as a group. Like, as a group, because we usually get 10 to 15 of us every year. We get a big ass house and we just go to the Poconos for like a week and we just hang out at the house, drink, eat, go hit the slopes, whatever. I do like I'm not a heavy snowboarder. I'm very new to it. So I do like the fucking little I'm like elbowing kids off the little slope and shit. I'm, I'm like I don't be doing like the they do
You
like the
just
triple black.
clothesline the little kids
They
like,
they do like my I have friends who do the triple black diamond fucking
Wow.
slopes and they're going crazy. Like
yeah.
they're nuts. But they've been literally
Oh.
snowboarding since they were like 5. So like they're like in their late 20s now. So they
I can't even skateboard, let alone freaking snowboard.
Well,
I used to
that's
skateboard.
That's 10 minutes from the shop. So if you're around,
Yeah.
stop by with the guys or
Yeah, yeah, I
whatever.
will. I will for sure because
Let
we're
me
gonna have
know
some.
when you're
We're gonna have
around,
some.
and I'll open the shop. You guys can hang out there.
we're
if you
gonna-
want.
I'll swing by.
We're gonna have some. We're gonna have some downtime for sure during the week. So once I find out the dates, I'll let you know. But it's gonna be in January sometime. Probably.
Yeah, if they want to, if you guys want to stop in and just play video games
Yeah.
or just take a breather from all that shit, I'll
Yeah.
just let you guys have the room. I don't care.
For sure.
Yeah, no. I got my blood sugar down. I got everything down just by eating.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's great.
Let me tell you
That's
something.
awesome,
I'm
man.
gonna fucking say something I probably shouldn't say on here. Last year, I was eating so much crap that I went to the hospital not for eating too much crap, for something else. And they're like, "Hey, your blood sugar is over 500. We can't let you leave."
Oh, holy shit!
So they got me down to like 400, and they were like, "You can leave." My blood sugar, as of this week, is 125.
Wow.
Yeah, nice.
That's huge, man.
And that's
That's
no
great.
drugs. That's me just cutting
Yeah.
everything the fuck out.
That's
yeah,
great.
man.
Is that
And
like
it's been consistently in the ones.
what's the normal?
I don't fucking know. Around like 100 or under 100.
Yeah. It's
That's
yeah.
good. That's great. Like,
But from
120 is
500, they told me I should be fucking in a coma right now. I'm like, whatever, man.
great.
Now,
Yeah, 500 is crazy.
Yeah, because I was just drinking soda, eating candy.
Your body was the only reason you weren't in a coma was because I think your body was just so used to it. You were just functioning with it for the most part.
Yeah.
Like it was just that's nuts.
Yeah, I know. And then this whole thing happened earlier this year, and I was like, you know what, man, I'm just gonna fucking stop all this shit. So I stopped everything. I've been getting checkups from the doctor, and I got everything down without medication
That's great.
because they want to put me on shit. I was like, I'm not taking this stuff. So I
Now,
did it on my own.
do you have a goal weight, or you're just fucking just trying to lose
As much as I can, but
Yeah.
I lost quite a lot of weight, and I'm almost down to where I kind of need to be.
Yeah.
But it's happening.
Do you want to try to like push yourself to get like as far as you can go, like in terms of the weight loss, or you want to get to like where you should be? Because I don't know if the doctors told you where you should be or not, but
Well, I mean, no, they're not going to tell you where you should be because everyone's body's different. I know
yeah,
where I want to be, and you know what? I'm almost fucking there. I probably got a few
Yeah.
more months to go, but I'm almost there. And by the way, this is just dieting. This is no exercise. So,
yeah,
like anybody, if you can put your effort into it, and I've done this before. This is nothing new. I did it
Yeah.
the first time. What was it in 2000? It was 06 to 07. December
Yeah.
06 to December 07. I lost 100 pounds because of the heart thing, the heart problem. I just stopped.
yeah. You were looking good back then, man.
I
You still look good now, but like I'm saying, you were looking.
I looked at like candy, soda, ice cream back then like they were drugs. I was like, I don't take drugs, so I'm not doing it. I looked at
Yeah.
Ben and Jerry's. I was like, those are drugs.
Yeah.
Not doing it. And I didn't drink soda for 4 years. At one point, so I've always been like up and down with stuff. But
Yeah.
the last few years
it's hard to
were
find a consistency.
last few years were really nuts, and I think the whole picnic deal, being stuck in a house all fucking day,
The
that
pandemic.
kind of like escalated everything, and then this whole thing happened earlier this year. I was like, you know what, man, I got shit I gotta do. I can't fucking be like this. So I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing it for some family members.
Yeah,
And,
man. No, your health's important, man. I'm glad
Right.
you're getting it in check.
That's why I'm not
Like,
streaming late at night anymore because I've been going to bed at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Gotta go to bed at a reasonable
people don't
time.
realize how much sleep schedule plays a part of all of that. Like sleep
Yeah.
schedule, and you can work out all you want, but if your diet's not there, it ain't gonna mean shit.
No.
Like you can go to the gym 5-6 times a week. If after the gym every day you're going to McDonald's or you're going to fucking
Well, that was me
Burger King
earlier this year.
Yeah.
I would fucking live stream me going to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like at fucking 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. But that stuff's been over. Like, I'm fine
Yeah.
now. The thing is, though, you get to a point where your body resets. That's what happened the first time. After about 2 weeks of eating healthy, your body
Yeah.
resets and you don't crave all that stuff.
You get adjusted. There's an adjustment period. Like
Yeah,
whenever I go on like a diet, it's like I'm like the first like week or two, I'm fucking starving.
Right.
I'm on my meal prep meals, my portions. Only eat a certain amount of calories. But after the first 2 weeks, smooth sailing. Now my prep meals, my portion meals are making me stuffed. Like I'm like, oh shit, I can't even finish this thing. Like that's how when I cut my weight, I was eating 1,800 calories a day.
Wow.
So I was but I was still eating 3 meals a day, but I was eating portion controlled meals. They were each about 250 to 300 calories each. And then I was having snacks and like a protein bar or something like that after the gym, stuff like that. And I was coming in around like 16 to 1,700 every day, but 18 was my limit. I couldn't go over 18.
Nice.
But I did have, see, this is not for everybody because not everybody can do this, but I did have one day a week. Sunday was like my cheat day. I was like, I wouldn't go crazy, but like, okay, I'll have a piece of pizza. Okay, I'll have a couple wings if I'm watching football or some shit. I'll have a soda, but like that's just that day. and it will be a little bit. I didn't pig out. I'm not like The Rock eating 20 pancakes with a side of with a. He cuts like a pig in half and eats bacon in the middle, like or some. I don't know what he's. You ever see his cheat meal like Instagram post?
Yeah,
It's
I
crazy.
see that.
Yeah.
He eats like enough for 3 human beings. It's nuts, but he's also a lot bigger. But what I'm saying is that like I don't go all out. I eat a little bit. I'll have like one little meal where I'm like, all right, this is my cheat meal for the day, for the week, I mean, and then I go right back to the routine the next day. Now, not everybody can do that because once they have a little bit of the stuff, they go, down a little deep end. But I'm like, when I'm in that mindset, I'm like, all right, I know, like, look, this is just this. It's here. It is what it is. Like, or I'll have my cheat days where I'm cutting weight right now, right? So I started cutting my weight now. I'm on my strict diet. Started back up at the gym this week. I know in my head that I'm gonna need like 3 months or whatever, right?
Right.
But I know in my head, like, hey, like the week of Thanksgiving, that's gonna be my cheat meal is Thanksgiving.
Right.
Like I know because if I don't eat the food, my mom's gonna kill me. So I'm gonna have to eat.
That's a super cheat meal.
Yeah. So then, so cheat meal that day, right? So like then I know when Christmas comes around, Christmas Day, cheat meal. That's gonna be my cheat meal is that Christmas dinner.
It's
That's
hard too because I grew up in an Italian family.
Yep.
Oh, we eat.
Yeah, we get cold cuts on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, you get fucking food, and then you got leftovers on top of all that shit. And then New Year's was always like lobster and seafood and shit. Like,
we usually my family used to do. Well, they still do it, but on Christmas Eve we do like the 7 fishes and shit with the 7 different kinds of fish, and then we do like we'd usually do like I think like a ham or whatever. We do something on Christmas Day,
right?
But like Christmas Eve was like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Then we do like less than a week later is New Year's, so you do New Year's Eve. It's just like that November to January period is so filled with food, and my grandmother used to bake all around that time, so I got cookies in the house. Used to have cookies in the house, and brownies, and like it's just like
smells.
Oh yeah, bro. It was nuts. But that's like growing up. But then it hit a time period where
New Year's Eve was raviolis from Arthur Avenue.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
My mom would drive to fucking Arthur Avenue to buy these stupid ravioli, and they're fucking great raviolis. But that's what we would do every Christmas, every New Year's Eve. We'd go down to the Bronx and go get that shit.
It's just it was always something. It was always every family has a different tradition, but like it was always something. And then as you get older, you're just like, oh shit, like I was gaining 10, 15 pounds not during the holidays. Once I got older, my metabolism slowed down. I was like, oh shit, I'm not 18 anymore. I was in my mid-20s, like fuck, I feel like I can't. I feel like I'm pregnant.
That's what I feel like right now.
Well, that's the whole thing. When you get older, you're thinking, I'm old. I could do whatever I want. I could go get food at 3:00 in the morning. I don't have to go to work the next day. Like, I own the shop, so I'm the boss. I can do what I want. But eventually, that shit catches up, man. You don't realize it because I was feeling okay, and then they're telling me, you should be in a coma right now. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, man. When a health scare or health issue hits you, it's gonna hit you a lot of times.
I didn't even go to the fucking hospital for that. I went to the hospital for something else. And they're like, yeah, we checked your blood, and you shouldn't be walking around right now. I'm like, what? So, and then, like I said, all the shit that happened this year, stuff happened unexpectedly. And I was like, you know what, man? I gotta fucking fix this. So I made appointments with all the doctors throughout the summer. And I got everything tested and taken care of. Cardiologist said the other day, literally a couple days ago, everything's good. Seems like my heart medicine's working fine. I won't need any heart surgery or nothing.
Perfect.
And he was like, is there a reason why you lost all this weight? I was like, well, yeah, I changed everything up. And I explained to him, he's very happy. Because say if I do need to have some sort of heart surgery down the line, the less I weigh, the better.
Yeah.
So.
And also your blood sugar, you get like your blood like stuff, whatever that can't be like high or anything like that. They can't do the surgery.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
blood
your blood pressure
pressure.
and everything.
I never had high blood pressure until the last couple of years. They
Yeah.
took my blood pressure the other day. They're like, it's fine.
Cool.
And
That's
I was
awesome.
like, see, these other doctors want to put me on all this fucking medicine that I didn't need. You know what it is? The way I would eat it was just binged.
Binge eating, yeah.
I can't have one soda or one Snapple. I gotta have like 20 Snapples a day, 20 sodas a day.
Yeah.
I just keep pouring them in the fucking cup and I keep drinking it.
Yeah, when you
Okay?
go to McDonald's, you gotta order a shit ton of food, not just like a hamburger. You gotta
Right.
order.
'Cause I'm
Yeah, like
starving.
it's
But you
it's
don't
the worst. It's the
understand how
worst way.
much shit's in that food and how much it adds up, and you know. But the doctors don't understand that. Like I binged on that stuff. They just think I'm eating 2 candy bars or drinking 2 sodas, and it's like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
everything's fucked up. He's got other problems here. It's like, no, I binge to the point where I get sick, and then I stop drinking that shit. But I just cut everything out. Went to water. No seltzer, none of that. I just gave up all that stuff up. I'm just on plain water, peanuts every once in a while as a snack, and I just cook my healthy food. That's it. There's no junk food in this house. I gave it all to Fred. That's how I know.
Yeah.
That he pulled out the cupcakes. I gave him those.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
That's funny.
I'm still eating them. Yeah, because I know I'm still young. Yeah, I know I could just keep on doing it, but I want to try and start while I'm young. Just so
Yeah, no. As long as
older.
you're in a position where you can have a couple of candy bars every once in a while. It's not going to kill you, but I
Yeah.
don't think people understand. Like the way that I used to eat,
Well, yeah, it's all about moderation.
I
and it's
wouldn't
all
even
about
eat fucking like food. I would just eat like Snickers bars all day
yeah,
or Twix bars all day
yeah.
throughout the
There's
day. Like,
there's two ways of unhealthy eating. There's the binge eating you're talking about, where
yeah,
like you just eat a lot of everything, or even if you don't, if you have like like when I was younger, like especially when I was gaining like when I got to my highest weight, which was 190, I was eating because I was getting done work so late. I was getting done work so late. It was like it was right after the pandemic. I was working hybrid, like half at home, half in the office.
Yeah.
And I was so, and at the time, this was my previous job. I'm not at the same place anymore, but they were just working me to death. Like, I mean, it was crazy. And by the time I'd get off, I was going to Wawa every night and getting a hoagie. Just every night. Nothing crazy. I wasn't like getting a bunch of stuff with it, but I was eating a hoagie every night. So there was like there's a hoagie right now with around the time with Wawa. It's called the Gobbler. It's like
wow.
a Thanksgiving themed hoagie. So it's everything that's on your Thanksgiving dinner table in a
man.
hoagie.
Oh,
In a
man.
hoagie. It's 1,100 calories for a 10-inch hoagie. I was eating one of those every night. Every
Jesus.
night.
I'll
And
be
just
honest.
like
I don't even think I'm eating 1,000 calories a day.
yeah, no, it's like so I was eating that in one hoagie, and I was still eating breakfast and lunch along with that too. But it wasn't something where I was like getting 3 of them each night and eating them, but I was eating one a night, one a night, one a night, one a night. And it was like, you eat 7 of those in a week, what the fuck's gonna happen to you? You're eating that's 7,000 calories just from a fucking sandwich. It's like, but I wasn't thinking, I was like, look, wow, I literally live a minute down the street from a Wawa. And I'm like, it's quick, it's easy, it's right on my way home from work.
Yep.
That's all I'm thinking. And they have a ton of healthy options, but I'm walking right past the salads and the wraps and the fruit. I'm going right to the fucking menu so I can punch in and order this fucking gobbler.
So I tend not to eat bread, but I am allowed to have like a Subway sandwich, but it has to be on like the multigrain or the whole wheat
The
bread.
multigrain.
No,
Yeah.
the whole wheat. The
Whole
multigrain
wheat,
is still a
okay.
little too much. The whole
Okay.
wheat bread, and I can have tuna fish, and that's it. I can't have like anything else. And I don't even
Yeah.
eat that all the time. That's like if I
Yeah.
hang out with him at the shop.
Yeah.
And he even sees, I'll go to Hannaford and I'll buy like a baked chicken. Like they make like baked
Yeah.
chicken breasts and they leave them in a little bag.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I don't even do the Subway thing that much.
Yeah.
What I love sometimes too is if like from like my cheat day, if I want to get like I want to kind of indulge, but I don't want to like overindulge. Like Wawa has the hoagie bowls now, where it's literally just the hoagie. What's in the hoagie, but without the bread? It's just in a salad.
I was eating those at Subway before I started doing all this stuff. But
so I can get an Italian hoagie without the bread, just in the as a salad, and it's like literally like half the amount of calories. It's half the amount because there's so much calories in that bread, man. People don't realize that. It's like the calories and the carbs you're getting from that bread, it just drops it immediately. Like even in that gobbler sandwich, if you just get it in the bowl without the bread, it's like from 1,000 calories down to like 580.
Yep. Yeah, so I've just been on the path that I've been, and I've been dropping weight every week. So
nice.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Hell yeah.
Just stick with it. That's all really it is, bro. It's consistency. Just staying consistent with it. That's the biggest thing. Is people aren't consistent. They eat they eat healthy one day and shitty next day, and you can't do that. You got to stay consistent.
Bro, I could fucking eat once, and I can eat healthy once a day, and it's like I'm not even hungry throughout the day.
Yeah,
that's how programmed I am right now with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's well, I mean, not exactly similar. Like my friend, he lost 55 pounds in 5 months. He was doing fasting, where he would just eat once a day, but he would get in all of his calorie intake for the day, and then the rest of the day was like he didn't eat nothing. He would eat once a day, and that was it. And he was going to the gym and working out, and he lost 55 pounds in 5 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like it's it's all about that diet, man. That diet is just such a big component.
What?
What?
He's talking about going on Grindr?
No. He's talking about sandwiches. So I was saying hoagie. Somebody mentioned David R said hoagie sounds nasty. Sandwich sounds more, or sub sounds more appealing.
There we go.
So in Westchester, New York, Westchester County, New York, we used to call, the first time I ever heard hoagie was when I went to Florida. In Westchester County, New York, we call it wedges. You have a chicken parm wedge.
Okay.
I'll get turkey and cheese on a wedge. You had a roll and then you had wedge. When I went to Florida, I went to the deli and I was like, can I have turkey and cheese on a wedge? And she was like, we have rolls and hoagies. I was like, what the hell is a hoagie? And she shows me a wedge. And I was like, I'll take that then. But I always thought a Hulk hoagie.
Yeah, no, see, in South Jersey, Philly area, we call it like hoagies, or just Jersey in general is like we use the term like hoagies. There's some place that call it like subs or whatever, but like we use the word hoagie. So like Wawa's main thing is their whole brand is built around hoagies, because they started out as a deli before they were like a big like deli gas station kind of thing. They started out as just a regular deli making sandwiches. Like that's how they started. So they've always been about the hoagie. So
these guys are all talking about losing weight and stuff. Listen, I would say everyone in the chat, just you guys are younger than me. I'm getting old. And I had, some stuff go down earlier this year that, shit happens. That's all I'll say. And you have other family members that kind of rely on you. And it got to a point where I need to just get this done. Because how much time do I have left? 25 years? If even? Who knows? So why don't I just get this done now, and hopefully I could be around for at least 20 years. You know what I mean?
At least for when Fable comes out. Yeah,
I'll be gone. Fable will be on pre-order the day that I'm out of here. So, and you still won't get it.
Like,
Fred, you're gonna have grandkids by the time Fable fucking comes out.
I'm gonna have great grandkids.
Well, I'm happy you're doing better though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thanks. I didn't think I was gonna talk about all this on here, but I am doing better and everything's good. So
that's good. It's freaking amazing.
And I think it's important for people to hear too. Is that like it's possible if you do want to lose weight, as long as you're consistent with it. You just gotta just be consistent with it and do what you gotta do. Everybody's body's different, so everybody's gonna be able to have to do like different kinds of diets, different kinds of workouts, different kinds of whatever. But once you find your thing, or once you get in a groove, like you just gotta stay consistent with it. And
what
I would just say once you hit like 30, start taking your health a little bit more seriously.
Yes,
Because I'm 40 and I'm getting this done, but this is it. Like this is the final run.
I'm 31, so I'm definitely taking it more seriously now.
Once you hit 30, that's when everything goes downhill as far as you start getting health problems.
Almost there. 3 more years. Almost there.
Oh, bro, my back.
Don't celebrate that,
fucked, bro.
Your back?
I'm not.
My back is fucked. It's dude. It's like it's to the point where it's like I tweaked it at the gym like last week. Like I like it wasn't even anything crazy. I was doing like lightweight on like a back press machine. I pulled back. I was like, I felt a little tug. I'm like, oh wait, hang on. I was like, let me not do anything. So I didn't do any more workouts. It was towards the end of my workout anyway. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm not gonna risk anything. I'm gonna go home. Right. And I was fine for the most part. The next morning I woke up, I felt like I got stabbed in the back like 7 times. I couldn't get out of bed. I went to brush my teeth. I was brushing my teeth and went to bend over to spit in the sink. It felt like I threw my back out. Like I was like, it was so bad. And I went into work that day and it was rough. It was rough. We made it through. But for a couple days it was a little bit rough. But stuff like that, like if I used to tweak something at the gym, it'd be sore for a day and it would be done. But now that shit was sore for like a whole week. So
Dreadpool's in the chat. He said, "Was that a giant sand, Arnold?" What's up, everyone? Dreadpool, happy birthday to your wife, buddy.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Hope you guys had a great night.
Yeah, my knees are like shot. My knees suck. Like, because like I've been working in retail for like almost like 10 years.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
On my knees and stuff like that. And also, like when I do like theater work and stuff, we go in this thing called.
When you do theater work, you get on your knees.
Yep, that's right.
Oh
How do you think I get all these parts and everything? You know what I mean?
Jesus.
Yeah, tell Anthony I'm good at doing that. So.
Yeah.
Don't tell Callie.
Breaking Fred with dread. What?
But yeah, we have this thing called a tech ring, and it's pretty much just like a metal like freaking floor, like we're and it's just like the metal just like digs into your knees. Like I have to start wearing knee pads because if it hurts now, I know it's gonna kill me in the future.
Get a knee brace like Steve Austin. Dude, I remember when Austin was wearing knee braces, Hogan fucking ripped him off and started wearing knee braces. It's like, bro, it's not a fashion statement. The guy's got fucking fucked up legs.
Oh, his knees are like terrible. Oh, Steve Austin's are terrible.
Remember they had the dude on fucking WCW that wore the knee braces. What the fuck was that dude's name? The bald dude. What was the guy they had look like Hulk? It was supposed to be Hogan's like cousin.
No, it's his nephew Horace.
Or his nephew Horace.
And he actually did call him whore ass on when they were doing the New Blood Rising storyline.
That's hilarious.
He said whore ass.
Horace Hogan,
job,
bro.
Dreadpool. Yeah, for my job.
That's his. That's actually his nephew. He raised him.
That's crazy.
That's what he looked like.
But they had that. They had that. He literally looked like a great value Stone Cold with the fucking knee braces and the. He was great. That shit was crazy.
LOL, Fred's gonna wear knee pads. Gilbert.
Yeah, gotta wear knee pads, man. Can't be getting on my knees all the time now, man. It's freaking crazy.
That's what I'm saying. For a job. Yeah, well, he's gotta try to keep playing for a job with Anthony over here.
Yeah, for
if you see Fred in one of Anthony's movies, you know that he did the job.
You know what happened?
Yeah. Gonna see some white stuff on the side.
Oh, come on. Bro. What are you going hard at WrestleMania 10 over here?
Jesus Christ. Oh no.
Oh
wow.
So real quick, before you go, Nick, I got two things. TNA and CM Punk.
What about it?
I don't know why the fuck. We talked about this earlier real quick, but I don't know why they changed it from Impact to TNA. Impact sounded more mainstream.
Because these guys came in drunk as shit and they wanted TNA.
I don't know why they did. They're maybe just trying to get a an older audience, I guess, that nostalgia drives a lot of money.
Right.
They're trying to bank on that, I guess. I mean, I'm cool with it being TNA, but my big thing is that they have no plans to go back to the six-sided ring.
Right.
Which, if you're gonna be TNA, that's literally was the main thing that drew people to TNA back in the day.
The
six-sided ring. So it's like if you're gonna be TNA, you gotta go. If you're gonna try to you gotta go all the way back. If you're going back,
right?
So it's like that's the only thing where it's like it just doesn't seem. It seems weird to me. It'll probably work well for them again. I don't think they're trying to. I think Impact's in a good space right now where they're not trying to be like competition. They're not trying to be the next big thing. With like back when Dixie was still manning the helm over there and like doing like when they were trying to get TV deal from TV deal, they were on Pop TV and they were on this and they were on that. Because we were covering all that shit back in the day when we were doing our podcast. And it's like I think they found a nice little niche now where they're kind of like a indie with a little bit more of a budget kind of thing. Like and I think that they could still be that and still carve out their way because apparently they've been putting on some pretty good shows. And I haven't watched much of them, but apparently people have said like, no, they got some good young talent there. They got some good shows they're putting on.
We went to Impact 1000. We saw the Dudleys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They filmed
I heard it was a good show. I heard it was a good show. It was. Like I watched some of it on when they aired it. I didn't see the whole thing, but it was good.
It was
and
good. I enjoyed
so
it.
I think that people need to I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Now are you talking about CM Punk with TNA? Is that the other thing you brought up, or
just in general? Where do you think he's gonna land? You think WWE is where it's at? Because they keep throwing these hints every fucking week. And
I think it'll be.
He's pretending like he's going backstage to Impact and shit.
Well, I think eventually it will be WWE, only for the simple fact that the money. I think that they're the only place with the money. Like this way, if TNA brought him in, they would probably be bankrupt the next day. Like because they would go out of business. They literally like he's not going to come at a low price point, which I don't blame. It's a business. You got to make your money.
Yeah. Scott D'Amore would fear for his life.
And WWE has the money to pay. Now, do I think that they're because there was the report that came out that Punk called them up or his people or his team called them up and they didn't really interested. Do I have reason to believe that they're not interested right now? Yeah, I think that they might. Maybe they were trying to do something for Chicago at Survivor Series, but there may be, do I think eventually he'll end up in WWE? Yes. So I think it's gonna be this year, probably not. Now I don't think that he can wait on the sidelines like he did 7 years, like he did last time.
No,
he ain't getting any younger. He's already in his 40s, and you gotta do what you gotta do. And the money to be made is now, not 7 years down the line.
Right.
But
and you would have to build him up for WrestleMania.
Oh, 100%.
So
100%. I think
because people are saying, Royal Rumble. It's like, yeah, but then he has like a month and a half to build up his WrestleMania match. Whereas if he debuts now, he's got some time to fucking start a feud. But I'm assuming Seth Rollins. Here's the thing: I think he signed with WWE already, but I think that when word got out that he was like in talks with them,
they try to hush it.
Yeah, he's like, why don't we all say, just to make this a huge surprise, why don't we all say that it didn't work out? He goes to fucking Impact to visit Ace Steel, and they're saying, oh, he wants to talk to key people. Because it's not like he's interested in Impact. He flat out fucking says, I talk to them and they're nice, but I'm not really interested. I think it's just a ploy. And he's going to show up at Survivor Series.
There's also a thing here, and I just want to bring this up because I think, and again, it's with the whole Punk situation again. I know people, you might not agree with this, Perry, or what I'm about to say, but I'm a huge Punk fan. Love Punk. Love him to the death. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Like, I've been a Punk fan since the early Ring of Honor days. I think that he needs to get he needs to get some stuff in check, because even though I know that there were certain situations that, you know, led to him acting out in AEW, I don't think you'd be picking fights with people like that.
Yeah.
And
Nah.
I think that there's some stuff going on with him that, you know, he might need to address, maybe therapy. I don't know. But like he can't go to WWE and start doing that shit.
Yeah, no.
They will flatten his ass out like a fucking pancake.
Well, here's
if
the thing.
he tries to start fights with people.
Here's the thing.
And
I think he went to AEW with the notion that, hey, I'm here to work. The minute he gets there, these guys are fucking with him about being a cancer locker room, and he's like, dude, I just fucking want to work here. And it got to the point where these guys were fucking egging him on social media, and it got to the point where it drove him fucking crazy. And yeah, he probably, depending on what really happened backstage, because we'll never know, because this guy makes everyone sign a fucking NDA. He was fearing for his life. He could have fucking just said, you pussy. And he could have been like, you know what I mean? Like, and that he could have feared for his life. By the way, he says fear for your life shit because he don't want them suing. Because then the lawyers will say, well, he's on video saying he feared for his life. That was a statement from a lawyer. And that's to cover AEW's ass.
Yeah.
I think Tony Khan is fearing for his life, that he'll get fucking sued and he'll lose money. That's I think he'll get feared for. Anyway, I think obviously they drove him nuts. And yeah, I don't think he would have those issues in WWE as far as dealing with talent.
Yeah.
Because talent isn't running WWE.
Yeah.
Whereas in AEW, it was a bunch of fucking pussies that were running the place, and they didn't want to. How are you the EVP? You don't have a fucking meeting with this guy.
Yeah,
and straighten it out.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. Like again,
Dixie
I'm not
Carter
saying that,
ran a better fucking locker room than Tony Khan. Isn't that fucking funny?
Yeah. I think that I think that they didn't want. I think that it was a disruptive situation on relationship on both sides. I think.
Right.
I think that him going back in the first place to try to mend things, I get why he tried to do it, and there was a lot of money involved.
Yeah.
One, they wanted to build the show around them. He was big on trying to get them that TV deal or the other show on Saturdays.
Right.
And I get it, and I was liking what he was doing on that show.
Yeah, it was great.
But now I see a lot of toxic people online too, where it's like they're blaming Samoa Joe. Like they're saying Samoa Joe's an enemy here, bro. Samoa Joe was the guy just trying to. I commend Samoa Joe for like trying to break up the fight and was like,
Samoa Joe was trying to get his friend in check.
Yeah, and he was like, let's get out there and go to fucking work. And they put on a great match. They did. They put on an excellent match. And
you wouldn't even know that was his last match. You were like, all right, they're going to keep this feud going. It's going to be great.
And him coming out with the Ring of Honor kind of style zip up shit, I was like, okay, I like cool. But the thing is that I think there was like, they didn't want shots to be thrown at him with the Hangman Page promo or whatever the fuck it was. And then he threw shots at Hangman Page and
isn't it funny though? You know what's fucked up? It's like the kid in the class that the bully fucking hits, and the kid finally goes to hit back, and the teacher turns around.
Yeah.
The kid that's about to hit back is the guy that gets in trouble. This fucking felt like every time they took shots at him, he wasn't allowed to take a shot back.
Yes.
You know why? Because his shots hurt more. He was better at it.
I mean. Yeah, again, and I agree with that, but at the same time, I don't know if him going out because like nothing really sparked the Hangman Page shit that he said when he was in Hangman Country. He was talking about he's hanging on the shelf. Like nothing sparked that. It was just something he said.
Well, here's the thing. You have to understand something, and I don't know how much you followed this because I followed this whole thing.
I did. I followed it.
Listen, he gets there. Tony Khan starts cutting guys from the Dark Order. He didn't just cut Colt Cabana. He cut a couple other guys because there was like 10 people in that fucking group.
Yeah.
Colt was going to be one of those guys. Bucks went up to Khan, says, why are you cutting him? And Khan just goes, hey, I'll put him on Ring of Honor. And then CM Punk was coming in. or he was already in there.
Yeah.
That somehow translated to Punk got Colt Cabana fired, or tried to get him fired. Which, in turn, Punk had no idea. Punk goes in the ring and does a promo with Hangman, because that's the upcoming feud. Hangman fucking shoots on him on live TV, right in front of his fucking face.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, if that was me, and Punk had a look on his face like, huh? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You just fucking, you embarrassed the top guy in the company. You're top guy.
Yeah.
And apparently, and this is what he said at the scrum, he asked Tony several times to address the situation, and it was never addressed. People forget that line in the scrum. Mm-hmm. And Tony Khan's like, yeah, sorry about that. Can I have a hug? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy is just being a fucking idiot. It got to a point where this guy was just trying to come back to work. Everything got out of control that he didn't cause. And he's telling the boss, can you fix this fucking problem, please? And the boss doesn't do anything about it, and he cursed everybody out at the scrum.
Yeah.
And then he came back. But when he was injured, you had guys like Brandon Cutler always taking fucking shots at this guy on the internet, on Twitter. They would delete their tweets so they wouldn't get in trouble. You know what I mean? And hey, Jungle Boy is fucking part of the Bucks camp. And who was the guy that finally got the final nail in the coffin? Jungle Boy. So it's like he did the work for his buddies. That's what I'm saying. Like, the company's run by a bunch of fucking idiots. Because guess what? Ever since this guy left, they can't draw fucking they can't sell $10 tickets. You can't sell $10 tickets? What the fuck? The buildings are fucking empty. You know why the buildings are empty? Because everyone got the fucking message, loud and clear. If you ain't with the Bucks, whoever the fuck runs into the Bucks is going to have a problem.
Yeah.
And people are tired of that shit. That's why people stop watching WWE.
Yeah.
Because every time you had a problem with fucking Stephanie or Vince or whatever, you were done. So, this guy, was egged on to the point where it drove him fucking nuts. Like, you watch a movie where somebody goes nuts at some point, and should he have fought back and punched people? No. He's an adult. He should fucking... But again, we don't know what happened in the locker room. We don't know if they came in and kicked the door down. There's reports they kicked the door down. There's reports they came in. There's reports that they fucking started screaming at him. There's reports that the fucking dog got hit in the face with the door. I'm going to tell you something. If they fucking open the door and hit the dog in the face, I understand this guy going over there and beating the shit out of him. You know what fucking happened? They fucked with this guy. He beat the fuck out of them, and they looked embarrassed. Why do you think they never wanted to have that meeting with him again? Because he made them look like punks. Or chumps. And they drove this guy fucking nuts. Yeah. They knew it would. And then what happened after the minute he got fired the next day? Oh, well, we were going to have a meeting with him if he behaved himself. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, no, that was bitch shit.
By the way, remember when when everyone was suspended and the Bucks finally came back, they had the fucking balls to have AEW security start a fuck CM Punk chant in the front row. And then and then they showed that on like their fucking like reality show or something. Yeah. The AEW backstage thing. Yeah. And a lot of fans saw that and were like, these guys are full of shit. These guys are more petty than he is. And I think that's what happened. Like, the fan base just saw how stupid these fucking guys all acted. Everybody involved, both sides. They're like, this guy Punk is fucking punch people. These guys are fucking saying that they didn't do anything wrong, but then they're antagonizing fucking chants about this guy. Like, it went off the rails. And Tony Khan is a fucking boss, okay? He needs to get these guys. It shouldn't be up to the EVPs if they want to talk to this guy. Yo, fuckface, I write your checks. You get in the room, we're all going to work this out. Because guess what? This is a new federation. You guys are all the top talent here, and we need to make fucking money with this bullshit. Jeff Jarrett fucking stole Kurt Angle's wife, and guess what? They fucking worked with each other less than a year later. And they made TNA like, $16 instead of $4. But they did it, right? Because they're professionals. Did Kurt Angle go in there and break fucking Jeff Jarrett's neck? He could have. He could have suplexed him and fucked him up.
Yeah.
No, he went in there and he was professional about it. And that was it. But yeah, I think the whole violent thing, he shouldn't have gotten violent, but I understand it drove him crazy. They literally drove that guy nuts. It's like those fucking movies where the bad guy makes the good guy look like a fucking maniac. And the good guy's like, no, he's the real bad guy. And everyone's like, lock him up. He's crazy. It literally sounds like it was that scenario. So,
I agree. And again, I wasn't saying Punk was in the wrong. I wasn't saying Punk was in the wrong. I was just saying, like,
I think at the end of the day, they were all in the wrong.
Yes, I think that it was a turbulent relationship when it came to everybody involved.
At the end of the day, my man, it all comes to the owner and Tony Khan.
Yeah,
fucked that whole thing up. And you know what? He's paying for it because people are done. People have seen this shit with WWE. They've seen this shit with TNA. They've seen this shit with WCW. Why do you think people stop watching WCW? And by the way, WCW, Scott Steiner was threatening to fucking to delete people. Okay?
Yeah.
And he threatened Nash and DDP. They left the arena. The next week, they're both working with the guy.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they did what was right for business. They didn't care about that. They didn't care about that whole thing afterwards. They worked it out. But, they just... I don't understand it, but now, hey, guess what, right? They're a bigger draw than he is. They're really drawing those $10 tickets that they can't fucking sell. That's the problem. The company's like done. The company's done because what top talent's going to go there and be treated like that? And by the way, you have a bunch of guys that are there already that aren't getting used. They're going to go back to fucking NXT. Now that Triple H is running the fucking show over there. You have a lot of guys that are going to go back. And you have MGF. He's probably going to fucking leave.
Well, I mean, he almost left the first time.
Yeah, he fucked up Wardlow's career, but that's okay, right? Wardlow was just like a homegrown guy that was on fire. Well, let's make sure MJF got the money for his fucking Ferrari or whatever the fuck he bought.
Well, I think MJF deserved the money at that time because I mean he was one of the hottest things in wrestling, low key, in my opinion. I like MJF a lot.
He could talk. He could work, but he's not like. And again, I made fun of people that could work, but the guy barely wrestled before that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought his feud with Punk was amazing, and I was on from both sides,
right? And that was something that could have gone on further, but.
It was supposed to go on further. I'm pretty sure it had something to do with him with the red bag, like with the real, him being the real champion.
Yeah, and guess what? Guess what fucking CM Punk did in this final fucking match at Wembley Stadium? He fucking acknowledged Roman Reigns as he was walking out. Bravo, Tony. You fucking promoted WrestleMania. This guy, I don't know. It all started with Cody. But the Punk thing was the big one. Because the whole Punk thing, he's the top guy. He was the top guy there. He was the guy. He drew the first $1 million gate for AEW. They can't even draw a fucking $100 people gate over here. You see those abysmal fucking buildings for the TV tapings? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not trending in the right direction, no.
No. And he fucked up the whole company because of it. And instead of talking about it or whatever, he has everybody sign NDAs. It's like he's got more guys signing NDAs than Vince McMahon had women signing fucking NDAs. He just doesn't want anybody talking bad about the company. And it's like, okay, well, they're not going to talk about your company. No one's going to talk about your company one way or another. They're going to talk about how great it used to be when it was on TV. And you see, and Jesus gets fucking mad at me because he's obsessed with AEW. And they can do no wrong to him because the wrestling is good. The touchy-feeling the guys is good. the problem is with that, and I'm trying to get this guy to understand. You can enjoy it all you want. But you better fucking record that shit or DVR because they ain't going to be around to it. If they're going to fucking treat talent like this, they are not going to be around forever. No. Tony Khan isn't God. You know what I mean? Fucking Ted Turner had more money than Tony Khan. And he couldn't even fucking run it properly. There's a point here. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be down on his wrestling. But if you're a fan, you got to call the fucking company out on this shit. And you know what? Fans did. They fucking left the buildings. They don't go to the shows anymore. They don't watch the TV show. They're done. They're done. Can you imagine if, I don't know, who's the top guy right now in WWE? Imagine if the fucking Undertaker goes there.
Yeah.
Even though he's retired. And they treat him like shit and they fucking drive him nuts.
He came back.
That's it. Yeah. It's over. No one's ever going to go there. People are already weary about going there. It's just WWE picked up the momentum.
Yep.
And did you see the tweets this guy did a couple of weeks ago? This guy, Tony Khan?
Oh, yeah, where he was he
lost the fucking ratings war for one night. And he flipped the fuck out. And it wasn't even his fault. He's trying to say, well, it's not my fault. It's like, bro, you're on here fucking bringing shit up that has nothing to do with WWE. He brought up personal stuff and he's blaming WWE for it. Oh, their contract tampering. They knew that so-and-so was in the hospital. It's like, bro. You have talent telling you that shit because they want you to fucking give them more money.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's yeah.
It's sad because AEW was good, and you know I don't even watch it anymore because, again, me and many others. What is the point if they're just gonna fucking fire people? What's the point? You're gonna fire your top guy. Imagine if Hogan went to WCW, and remember they were booing him over there because they thought he was from New York. All the Southerners were booing Hogan. It's like, dude, he's from Florida. Like, you fucking idiots. But they were booing him out of the fucking building. Imagine if Turner goes, you know what, Hulk, this shit ain't going to work. We got to let you go. You think there would be a Monday Nitro? I don't think so.
At the end of the day, I hope, just for the sake of being a fan of not watching wrestling every week like I used to, but still keeping up with it, I hope AEW turns the shit around somehow. Because
they can. Tony Khan just has to grow a pair of fucking balls and let them drop.
Because they we need more competition. We need more business. We need more places for guys to work and make money, and to have that kind of reach. And AEW, if they do the right thing, they have the money and the funds to have that kind of reach. But hopefully they get back on track, and I hope Punk ends up somewhere, and I hope it's probably going to be WWE. And I want to see him wrestle again because he's my favorite wrestler. So
yeah, me too. I think this was going to be his final run anyway. I don't think he was going to fucking be there for 10 years. I think he was going to do a 5-year run and be done. And that got disrupted. And it's like this guy just wants to get back in because he's got to end his career.
Yeah,
I think everybody thought that eventually, even if he spent the next 5 years in AEW or something like that, right? That if he was gonna have like a one final match, it was gonna be in WWE. Like eventually everybody ends up back in WWE. Even if you end on a bad term with them, Vince was always known for making it right and doing what he had to do for business.
Right.
So eventually, I thought even CM Punk would eventually one day be back in WWE, even if he was in AEW currently. Before his career was over, he'd have at least one more match in WWE. But now he might have he might have a few more matches in WWE. So
I think he'll have a 2 or 3 year run if he comes back.
Yeah, like I said, he's got to do it now because he ain't getting any younger.
And I don't think he'll be in the main event or anything. I just think that he'll be in high profile matches with Seth Rollins, obviously. He might do something with Kevin Owens because they had fucking beef or whatever. Jesus was saying that like Punk always says that people are out to get him in all the federations, and I was like, he was like, even in Ring of Honor, he said Teddy Hart was out to get him. I was like, I don't remember that.
He fought Teddy Hart in Ring of Honor. Teddy Hart actually beat the shit out of him.
Right.
But I mean, there was like Teddy Hart was just, he was kind of batshit crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, I think he still kind of is batshit crazy. Yeah, I think he's. I don't know if that was. I don't know the whole story behind that. I do know that the story is that he got in a fight with Teddy Hart or something, and Teddy Hart kind of beat the shit out of him. But that's literally all I know about that story. But I know that Teddy Hart's kind of a nut job.
You know what it is? I mean, Jesus likes AEW, and he doesn't want to think bad about these guys, but he doesn't understand, man. These guys just fucked everything up.
He's in a rude awakening.
Because he was like, oh, Punk's always the victim in these places. They always happen to do him wrong. And I'm like, dude, WWE lost a fucking court case over this shit. They were proven to fuck him up.
Yeah. That stuff was just.
It wasn't a conspiracy in WWE.
No.
And I never heard shit about Ring of Honor. I just heard he had some problems with Teddy Hart.
But, he had problems with Teddy Hart, but he was loved by Ring of Honor. I mean, they didn't want him to leave when he left.
Yeah, I know.
He was crying in his last match, crying in the middle of the fucking ring. And then, he did the whole thing like he did the Summer of Punk back then, where he signed his actual WWE contract on the Ring of Honor World Title. He was getting the heel heat, stuff like that. But he that was his character. I mean, he loved that fucking place. I mean, he knew he wanted to go to the next level. Now, I know once he got the OVW, he was like, they wanted him to go. Like Paul Heyman didn't tell the story. Paul Heyman got orders to fire CM Punk from people because he was just rubbing people the wrong way and was pretty much saying like, I shouldn't be here. I should be on the main roster. Like I've been in the indies for the last 5-6 years. I shouldn't be in OVW.
Right.
And so he was, but Heyman just always saw something in him and didn't do anything. And then eventually when Heyman got up to ECW, they were kind of treating ECW like almost like a developmental kind of thing.
Yeah.
In a way. So they put Punk on ECW. I think that was a perfect fit, honestly, him on ECW at the time. And kind of making him the face of that show. And then you slowly start to see, as he moved on to like, I think when Punk really broke out of his shell was when he feuded with Jeff Hardy. That was the feud that got him like, that was like the early, like straight edge society kind of shit where he was, pouring out the bottle of whiskey in the middle of the fucking, he was like, this is poison. And he was saying that everybody was a failure for drinking and smoking and like shit like that. That was where you got to see like, oh, okay, this is like the straight edge means I'm better than you, Punk. Like
that was funny because like it was ironic because like he was all like straight edge and then Jeff Hardy was like on all these types of fucking drugs.
Oh yeah, that was the thing. He was like, this is the same shit that
Jeff Hardy was the babyface for doing drugs.
Yeah. But it was, but they had some. That was a sleeper feud on SmackDown during that time period.
It was great.
They were having some good matches, and SmackDown around that time was actually putting on a really good show in 2009.
As a huge Jeff Hardy fan, I love Jeff Hardy. As a huge Jeff Hardy fan, that was like a great feud. I loved that feud.
Yeah, so that was a big deal for Punk, and then from then it was straight society. He got bigger during that. Then he went on to do the next. Yeah, then he did the Nexus, or he was like part of the Nexus.
Yeah, and they broke off the world title and all that.
Yeah, and then he did the feud with the pipe bomb promo, then Cena, and then everything else came after that was.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine that Survivor Series is Team Cena versus Team Seth?
Yeah.
I said Team Seth. And fucking Cena brings out his fucking buddy CM Punk.
That'd be huge
because they are fucking friends in real life.
You just hear the color theme song. You're like, what?
Well, no. What did I say? Always used to say on the podcast, Perry, is that for years they wanted to push the notion that like Cena and Orton was like comparable to Rock and Austin,
right?
And I always said that no, Cena and Punk was more comparable to Rock and Austin. Wherever they got in a match together, you knew they were going to be fucking money.
Right.
And especially towards that, like that match they had on Raw in 2013 after Punk lost the title and he was trying to get the title shot back or whatever. He busted out the pile driver.
Right.
Like that was an awesome fucking match. That was on Raw and they got
fucking fined for that pile driver.
Oh yeah, but Punk, that was also a brilliant story move, was that they were both pulling moves out of, like, Cena was doing moves he didn't usually do to try to get the win. They were because it was near fall after near fall, and then Punk wanted it so badly he pulled out a move that was banned. They didn't run it by anybody except themselves. Like, he just ran it by Cena.
Right.
And he trusted him enough to, like, fucking do the pile driver. And you heard the crowd reaction because they were like, holy shit, that was a fucking pile driver.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. And, you know, it was like that sort of stuff. Like, Punk was always like, for the story, he was always like, you know, trying to push it a little bit further. Like that time, I'm pretty sure he got fined the one time he bladed too. He bladed in like in a cage match. I forget what match it was. I think it might have been the build up to the Undertaker match or something like that.
Let me fucking tell you something, and you know this.
Yeah.
That Undertaker versus CM Punk build-up was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, phenomenal.
You had Paul Heyman dressed as Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
And then Punk takes Paul Bearer's ashes and fucking wipes it on himself. Like, that is fucking incredible shit.
And also, you saw Undertaker for like because Undertaker was always like, he was the dead man. But like the fact that they were like doing all the shit with the ashes and stuff like that, like he was like pouring the urn out on the like, you like, because they brought Paul Bearer into it, you saw the Undertaker almost like have like emotion, which you didn't usually see out of the Undertaker. He was usually always like, you'll rest in peace or whatever. But he was like really showed, like, it really showed, like, and they had a great fucking match.
I was there for that. That was the WrestleMania I went to. Now listen, that match was fucking great for one reason. CM Punk took care of the Undertaker in that match. Undertaker was having really bad. I mean, his hips were always fucked, but he could barely
his knees,
walk.
yeah.
So
that's why they used to have the opponent attack the knees early on into the match, because he'd be limping, but that was actually him limping around because his knees were so fucked.
So Punk, Undertaker couldn't do old school. So as a fuck you, like, heel move, they did the spot where Punk does the fucking old school, and Undertaker pulls him down. You know what I mean? Like,
it says a lot about, like, you as a when you can work with a veteran like that and kind of be like the ring general kind of for the match, and like work with a guy like that and put on a match. Like, I mean, I even, like, in the locker room, I mean, you just gain so much respect. I mean, even like, and I know some people might feel a certain way about Kevin Owens, but what Kevin Owens did with Stone Cold was fucking great. I thought the way that they fucking did that match they put that match together was awesome. And I think you can't like, I mean, the way I already had respect for Kevin Owens, but my respect went up tenfold for him during that match, because like it was just the way they planned it out, the way because even Austin said, like, the majority of the match was planned out by Owens, and they did a great job with that match. And I mean, Austin took so many bumps I didn't think he was gonna fucking take.
Yeah, we didn't take the flat back bump. We didn't think that was gonna happen.
Yeah, bro, I was like, holy fuck. And it was a great match. And I'm like, when we have a guy like that could work with a veteran, like, like you said, with Punk or with Kevin Owens, like, it's happened a few times in wrestling. It's like, you just, you have, I mean, I have the utmost respect for that, because that they put a lot of when you work with a guy that might be limited in the ring, especially at their age, you're putting a lot into that match, not just a normal match.
Yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully they figure that out really quick. Before we go, I got to read some Patreons, but before I do that,
okay.
After 28 years, I forgot to bring this up. 2 characters were finally discovered in NBA Jam Tournament Edition for the Sega Saturn.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
That is nuts.
Mm-hmm. They've been hidden in the game for 28 years.
Someone finally found them?
Yeah, somebody was hex editing the game. And that's where they saw it. And they were like, wow, there's 2 characters. They found the code, and you can unlock these characters currently if you still have the game. Or if you download a ROM of it or something, check it out. But all right, I want to thank our sponsors on Patreon: JB Zombie 89, Abo, Hockey Fan, and Captain Catch. Thank you for being sponsors of the Game Players podcast over on Patreon.
Yes.
Now, I want to just thank our members here on YouTube. Let's go memberships, active members. See all your members. Okay. Let me bring this up here. I want to thank all our members, our channel members here on YouTube. Stevie Mac, Jin, Thunders Productions, It's VB, Hockey Fan, Nick Noguera, and Liquor Sandwich. Thank you for being members, channel members here on YouTube. If I could speak tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And Nick, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/TheNickLuzzy. That's TheNickLuzzi. I will put it in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat room.
But I'll put the full thing in because I know sometimes YouTube doesn't want to. I'll take you right to my Twitch page. You can follow me over there. I'm nearing 400 followers. When I hit 400, I will be doing a 24-hour stream. So that should be fun. But I stream Call of Duty, Valorant, a few other games here and there. Mostly Valorant right now. I'll be streaming Call of Duty when it comes out.
Yep.
The night it comes out, I'll be doing like a longer stream.
We should definitely play
friends.
together.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure, 100%. So we'll get that going. But yeah, no, I stream over there. I try to stream like a few times a week when my schedule permits. But I'll be streaming tomorrow, Friday, wherever, and yeah, and I'm also the Nick Luzzy on Twitter if you want to follow me over there. I tweet about random shit and so.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so I appreciate you guys having me on again.
Yeah, anytime.
Of course, it was great. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Nick is family here, so he's going to be here whenever he wants to be here. Or whatever time permits.
Yes, for sure.
All right, well, Fred, I know nobody can find you yet because you haven't started your thing yet, but...
Find me on Pornhub at... No.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Pornhub is coming to Game Pass at no extra cost.
Oh, damn. You laugh, but the membership numbers would spike. Holy shit.
Yeah. Somebody made a meme of that and they uploaded it to Twitter. And people were like, "Oh my god, is this real?"
People were so great. Yeah.
But yeah, I just have to get like a captcha card and everything, and then I'll be set.
That's a captcha. So I have to fill in like letters and numbers and stuff. Captcha card.
Yeah, I have to get a captcha card. Yeah. Fred has
an OnlyFans.
Right. I have a feet finder too.
They're called Fred heads.
Feet finder.
The Fred heads. Yeah.
No lie, that was originally the script for Freddy vs. Jason. A cult of Fred heads were going to resurrect Freddy.
That's funny.
Only Freds.
All right, so Fred, I'll catch you tomorrow. Maybe me and Fred will stream tomorrow. We'll play a game or something at the shop. And we'll stream.
I'll be there. Like I said, I should be there around like 6:37, so I should be there.
I'll meet you there then.
Okay, it's fine. So. Works for me.
All right, everybody, take care. Stay safe. Have a good one.
Oh yeah.
And
have a good one, guys.
I'll catch you guys later.
All right. Good night, guys.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Deuces.